are we all doing? Welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Kee. We are live for Luton Town, back in League One against AFC Wimbledon. Matt Bloomfield taking over Luton Town this season, and it's first game back in League One, Kenilworth Road. A couple of big changes, to be honest, for Luton Town. Well, lots of big changes over the summer. Obviously, they've brought some experienced heads in, your Naki Wells and various others. Obviously, lots of faces changing, lots of players leaving, lots of players coming back in, and it's a little bit of a rebuilding phase, I guess. A little bit of a rebuilding phase for Luton Town. For Wimbledon, obviously for them, bit of a mixed bag last season. And again, that's why I've started the stream with what can Luton achieve this season? But to be honest, Wimbledon too. If you're a Wimbledon fan, and you're watching along, you know what? Last season, you know, fifth, just about promoted via the playoffs. All good. Can they coming into League One? Can they have a great season in League One? What are the aims coming into League One? I'm just having a look and see who they've actually signed this season, because I've missed out on quite a few. I saw they brought the goalkeeper in. Antoine Hackford. Hackford from Sheffield United doesn't look like he might be a bad signing, you know. No, he didn't do all that well against Port Vale for Port Vale last season, but hey, we shall see. Right, anyway. Massive thank you to everyone that has already subscribed and liked and all that good stuff. Kickoff is at 8 p.m. I thought it was a 7:15 start. I apologise, I was a little bit late today. Scott Grice, I've got Wimbledon 4-2 for £63. For Wimbledon to win 4-2? Jesus. Well, the bookies made Luton very much favourites for today's game. Massive favourites for today's game. So yeah, I think you'd be surprised, to be honest, if we see anything other than a Luton win, or at least a draw, score draw. I have backed Luton or draw, I've got to be honest. That doesn't mean I'm anti-Wimbledon before anyone starts. I am not. But I have backed Luton or draw. Let me just tilt that one a sec. Tilt it. There you go. We'll put you there a little bit. That's a little bit better. Right, hang on a second. Let me catch up with everyone on TikTok. So I can see comments coming in on TikTok. I can see comments coming in everywhere else. I'm trying to catch up with everything. Scott Grace, you got 4-1 Wimbledon as well. Bloody hell. Kieran Bain, so happy football is here. Me too. Listen, football's never really gone away. I'll be honest, we watched Midtjylland and Hibs last night. If you watched Midtjylland and Hibs, sweet lord, it was absolutely unbelievable. The goals that Midtjylland scored in that game. Oh, Osorio, Francolino, Simsian on the other side. The goal from the Ecuadorian midfielder, the overhead kick at the end, absolutely incredible. That is absolutely what football's about. That's what footy's about, isn't it? Right. So let me catch up with where we're at here. Jake, 110 mil, you knew 2 weeks ago 120 wasn't enough when we refused the formal offer. Jake, you're an intelligent guy, mate. You know that this deal is already wrapped up. It's already wrapped up. And I don't mean that in a way of like it's arrogance or anything like that. I'm saying Liverpool and Newcastle have already shook hands on a deal. We've already agreed. It is literally already done and dusted. It is already agreed. Liverpool and Newcastle have already agreed. That has already been done. Archie, I hope Tyler Diblin signs in the next few days. Yeah, he might well do, actually. Tyler Diblin to Everton. I tell you what, if you manage to get Tyler Diblin at Everton, you have done incredibly well. Incredibly well. Be a great move, that. Honestly, I think if you get him for 30 million quid, I think you've ripped Southampton off. Sean, what match are you watching? We are watching Luton Town against AFC Wimbledon. Kickoff is 8 o'clock. Jake, is the deal 150 million by any chance? I don't know. It might be. It might be 150 million. I don't think it will be, but it might be 150 million. I honestly think that what Newcastle are more concerned about here is not necessarily even the fee. It's how they look. It's how they look. It's literally the perception to the rest of the football world that they're being strong-armed to lose one of their best players, that the rest of Europe doesn't see Newcastle as a top destination, that players are rejecting them across Europe, that their own best players are wanting to leave the club. And it's Isak now, by the way. It's Isak now, but it's probably Tonali. It's probably, it was Gordon last summer. There's a lot of players. There's a lot of players who will see this and see it as a sign, won't they? So, or at least that will be the concern from Newcastle. That will be the concern from Newcastle. So, I honestly think what's happening here is Liverpool and Newcastle are going, right, let's agree a deal, and then what we'll do is we'll use the journalists in the same way we always use journalists, which is to flush out information, influence fan opinion. Newcastle fans will feel like they've won. You'll feel like you've won, right? You'll feel like you've won because Liverpool will bid and it'll be rejected, and then they'll bid again and it'll be rejected, and Newcastle fans will laugh and say we've absolutely rinsed you and all this. But Liverpool will ultimately get the player. So I think Liverpool owners, Michael Edwards, whatever, I think they care a lot less about winning. They don't really care about winning. They're not bothered about winning. They've identified the player they want, and the player wants to come, and we'll get him. Newcastle are concerned with winning. They want to win. They want to make sure they've got the upper hand. They want to make sure, we got the better of you. But, oh, fine. Okay, fine. We'll pay it. We'll pay it. It's fine. It's fine. And that is almost absolutely certainly what is going to happen. It is absolutely certainly what is going to happen. Jake, you was adamant it was 120. I think you're skint. You're not getting him. Why do you think we're skint? We got loads of money. Absolutely loads of money. Absolutely loads of money. Daniel, you're not getting him, Jacob said. No, he didn't. No, he didn't, Daniel. Read it again. Read it again. That is not what Ben Jacobs said. Sean, months ago, Southampton were asking 100 million, so 30 million would be an unbelievable deal for Everton for Tyler Diblin. It really would, yeah. He's a very, very good player, Tyler Diblin. Do you know who he reminds me of an awful lot? He reminds me a lot of Jack Grealish. A lot of Jack Grealish. Yeah. Really good player. Good ball carrier. Maybe a little bit like Killerman and Dye, though, in the sense that he can carry it well, he can dribble, he can beat a man, he can win a free kick. He's not really all that good with his final end product. Mackie, hi Key, what score are you going for tonight? I am going for, I think I said Luton 1-1, might be 2-1. But I've gone Luton or draw. Luton or draw. Jake, show me all this money. Listen, like I said, we'll get him. We will get him. Liverpool and Newcastle have already agreed this weeks ago. If not very recently. Either way, it's all been agreed. It has all been agreed. We're just waiting on Newcastle to get their house in order and actually find a striker that wants him. Chimey, how's it going, Chimey? Good to see everyone on YouTube. How are we going? Hey Key, hey chat. I've just puked out all my alcohol, so I'm good for the next 20 minutes. Hoggy, so are Newcastle and they can't spend it. Well, I'm for the good of football, thank God you can't spend it. Sam, hey mate, going to the UK next week. Good to see, mate. You're the biggest. Hey mate, what team do you support? I support Liverpool, mate. Jake, give us the 150, getting him to go AWOL, then offer a measly 110, knowing we would refuse 120. Jake, that's not what's happening. That isn't what's happening. Please, I want people are more intelligent than this. Please remember what is going on here. It's not Liverpool trying. Let's put an offer in and see if Newcastle accept. That's FIFA. That's FIFA. That's Football Manager. That's not how it works. It isn't how it works. Liverpool and Newcastle got in a room, right? And they agreed what was going to happen. They've agreed a fee. They've agreed a number. And then what they've done is they've gone, right, how can we play this out that benefits us all? How can we play this out so it benefits everyone in this room, right? What are we most concerned about? We're most concerned with our fans feeling like we're we're getting bullied, to be honest. We don't want our fans thinking we're getting bullied. We don't want the rest of Europe thinking that they can just come and pinch our players. So what we want to do, Liverpool, is we'll accept this, whatever number it is they've settled on. Whatever number it is they've settled on, right? They'll have agreed that number, and then they'll have gone, can we just play it out? Can we play it out so that it looks like we've won? Liverpool go, yeah, fine, no probs. That's fine. We've no issue. No issue. Absolutely no issue. No issue with that at all. What does that look like? Well, if you could bid, right, you send us a bid, we'll reject it. We'll reject it, and it'll make everyone look like we're not to be taken mugs of. You ain't going to bid for our player and just come in for him. No. We're going to reject that bid, right? So Liverpool bid today, knowing it would be rejected. I'm telling you. It's insanely... I can't believe people are so stupid to think that it was just like, oh yeah, Liverpool bid. It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. Samuel Mark Ingram, Atletico Madrid should sign Anthony from Man United. I agree. Jake, so why have you sent this piss potical offer today then? For exactly that reason. Exactly that reason. You know this, mate. You know this. What you're saying is that what Newcastle don't care how their fans feel. Newcastle... obviously, because they know it's bad for business, right? It's bad for business. If fans are angry, right, what do they start doing? They start protesting. They don't buy as much gear. They don't buy as much of the shop, merchandise, right? So they stop buying, or they get aggy, they stop coming to games, or they start protesting, or whatever. Fan opinion matters massively. Clubs spend an absolute fortune on influencers, right, to influence fan opinion. They also drip feed information to journalists to influence fan opinion. It happens at every single club. Every single club. Albin Curty, where have Liverpool got this money from though? Because we haven't spent anything for 5-6 years. Jake, just show us the money, Key. You're backtracking again. We will do. We absolutely will do. It will happen. Like I said, there's 30 days left. If you think for 1 second this saga is over with, you are, I suspect, pissing in the wind. It's all done and dusted anyway. Kieran, I've just treated myself to an Xbox Series X for my early gift for my birthday. Very nice. Very nice. Leon, hey Key, I'm watching United VR Broth tonight. Lucky you. Daniel, Isaac is staying. Yeah, alright, mate. Again, that's not... Even if... Let's say that was happening, by the way, and even let's say it does happen, that's not an outcome you want. It really isn't an outcome that you want. Steve, he'll be a Liverpool player by Sunday, Key. Maybe it won't be by Sunday, but it'll be in the next week or two. Next week or two. Jake, I think the second bid's coming 100%. Mate, it's obvious. It's so obvious it's coming. So obvious. Ollie Marley, do you think Luton will get promoted? Listen, they went down by a goal difference last year, didn't they? It was unfortunate. At the end of the season, Luton just missing out on goal difference. Now, obviously, they've changed the squad quite a bit. They've changed the manager, Matt Bloomfield coming in. They've lost Carlton Morris, he's gone to Derby. They've lost Tilo Asgard, he's gone to Rangers. They've lost, who else has gone? Alfie Doughty, Reece Burke, Jack Walton. Thomas Kaminsky to Charlton as a big loss. And Daiki Hashioka as well, gone to Slavia Prague. But they've brought in some George Saville from Millwall, Cal Naismith from Bristol City, Naki Wells, who we talked about earlier. Feels like they've got some other, decent options in there. Josh Keeley coming in from Tottenham as well, who was on loan at Leyton Orient, of course, last season. So, Listen, I think they might do okay, Luton. I think they've got enough in the squad. If you look at the squad, I still think there's enough there to come up, or at least seriously compete. I would expect them to, yeah. For Wimbledon, I think for them it's just about finding the feet in League One and not going back down. They'll want to come up, obviously. Yeah, they'll want to try and kick on, of course they will, but I just can't see them doing it and sustaining it enough that they'll maybe get like Wrexham and Birmingham who've said, oh, let's go up and go up again. I don't think it's going to be that sort of a season for AFC Wimbledon. Maybe I'm wrong, but I still think they'll do okay. I think they might stay up. They might stay up. Got some good players. Daniel, he's injury prone anyway. Yeah, he's not injury prone anyway, though, is he, Dan? He's really not. He's not injury prone at all. He's not injury prone. He's had one season where he's played less than 40 odd games. One season in the last 6. So again, yeah, it's a ridiculous idea that he's injury prone. That isn't the case. Dom Elliott, Palhinha joins Tottenham. How do you feel about it? I think that's great, yeah. I think that's a good, or a very decent signing for Spurs, yeah. Very decent signing for Spurs. If they've picked him up, they needed someone like that. They do need someone like that. Ollie Marley, sell him to Saudi and get the big bucks instead. Listen, there's no way. He's made it quite clear that he wants to go to Liverpool at this point, hasn't he? LFC Fan 200, I know Josh Kelly personally. He plays for AFC Wimbledon. Nice. Like it. Steve, if Isak stays at Newcastle, he will be the bad apple of the changing room. Bad energy. Well, I don't know if he's a bad apple. But he is obviously a player that doesn't want to be there. So when you've got a player that doesn't want to be there, all of his teammates are going to be questioning him and going, well, you could have made that pass, mate. You could have finished that if you were asked, if you were in this fight with us. When you are in a fight in a Premier League title race or a Champions League race, or Newcastle are obviously going for the Champions League places again. They need 11 players on the pitch and beyond that 20 odd players in a squad, all absolutely slugging it out for the same thing, all pulling in the same direction. And if they suspect, if they have even a sniff of one of their players in those ranks not quite pulling his weight, even if it's not intentional, even if Isak is really trying, sometimes you can really try, but your heart's not in it. So what can you do? He doesn't want to be there. It's a horrific situation for Newcastle if he stays. It's a terrible idea. Like this whole, what we'll do is we'll just keep him. Liverpool either pay the money or he stays. Shut up. That is a ridiculous, nonsensical thing. Eddie Howe won't be thinking like that. Eddie Howe's not that stupid. None of the Newcastle owners will be that stupid. But some of the Newcastle fans evidently, if you don't pay it, we'll keep him. No, it's nonsense. That ship has sailed, sunshine. That ship has long since sailed. Aaron, can you talk about Stoke, mate? Or what do you want to talk about, Aaron? What do you want to talk about? Baz, but seriously, is Luton winning for my ACCA? Well, I've backed Luton or draw. And 1-6 goals in the game. So I'm chasing it, mate. I'm with you. Harry, are you watching League One tonight? We are, mate. Yes, we're watching Luton Town at Kenilworth Road. First game of the League One season. Luton against AFC Wimbledon. Massively looking forward to it. Hugely looking forward to it. Albin Curti, as a Villa fan, we are cooked next season. What do you think Villa can do next season? What are your thoughts on Villa? Yeah, what do we think happens with Villa? Feels like you've not quite added enough, maybe, to get it done and maybe get into the top 4, top 5 again. Maybe you were short a couple. And it looks like Watkins is going as well, obviously. Samir X69, hey Key, hope you're doing great. Isaac, here we go soon. Yes, mate, yeah, I think so. Good to see you, man. Craig R. Foley, Villa 13th. No, they're not going to be that. Listen, you don't want to finish that low with Unai Emery in there. Unai Emery's too good for that to happen. Jack, how's it going? Good to see you. Reese, I don't think Tom Lockyer is coming back to football, to be honest. Is he still listed in the Luton squad? I just wonder whether or not that's like an insurance thing that, you know. Yeah, he's still listed. He's 30 years of age. Hang on a minute. No, he's not, you know. He was not offered a new contract at the end of the season, but continued his rehabilitation with the club. Right, okay. So he hasn't officially retired. He hasn't officially retired, but he's 30 years of age, hasn't really kicked a ball for Luton since the 23-24 season. So, yeah. Grim. Jack, not long until the season. League One this week, Championship next week, Premier League the week after that. Here we go. Reese, they've taken the captaincy away from him, so I don't think he's coming back. No, they've not offered him a new contract, so he's definitely not coming back. Yeah, he's definitely not coming back. Edward Key, what team do you think next for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain? I don't know. I don't know if there's any rumours with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Is there any rumours about where he goes? Pre-season grind continues. He posted something. He's still playing for Besiktas, isn't he? Is he still playing for Besiktas? No, he's left Besiktas. Right. But he posted the other day. That was 1 week ago. Pre-season grind continues. Oh, so he's still training at Besiktas. Oh, okay. Ahead of maybe getting a move. I don't know. Maybe he goes back to England. Maybe not. I don't know. Be interesting to see what happens with him. Dylan, how's it going? Dylan, good to see you. Reese has a United fan saying Isak is not worth 110 mil is diabolical. Well, I mean, listen, hey, United are the arbiters of good transfer values, aren't they? If anyone can speak intelligently about good transfer values, it's Manchester United fans. They know exactly what good looks like. Ollie, sell him to Saudi, and when he says sorry, get him back on a free, since we basically own Saudi. Ollie Marley, Isak won't stay as relationship with players will not be good at all. I don't know why why do we think that? Because I've seen that a few times now on Twitter. I've seen a few people saying that. Isak, the players will hate him. The players will really hate him. Why? Why will they? Why? Why do we think the players? Surely, as a footballer, you understand if a player wants to leave, like they want to leave. Like I don't think people will fall out with him. I don't think. Yeah. I don't know why. Why would players be upset about that? Why would his teammates be upset about that? I could see his teammates getting upset for sure, for absolute sure, if he's in the team. But then they're more upset, if anything, with Eddie Howe. Why are you playing him? Like, why are you playing this guy who clearly doesn't want to be at the club? Then that would make sense. Then I think they'd be absolutely right to be annoyed, to be frustrated. Ollie Marley, Villa 7th. Yeah, I think that's the 7th seems about right, I think. D28, Leon are set to agree a deal to sign Tyler Morton from Liverpool for 15 million quid. Well, I hope that includes a sizable sell-on fee. Because I tell you something, that lad is absolutely star-bound. He's incredible, Tyler Morton. He's a very, very good player. I didn't think 15 million quid would buy his right leg. He's absolutely brilliant. He definitely needs to go and play somewhere else regularly, though, because he's not going to get a kick at Liverpool. He's a good player. Very good player. Jack, have you seen the Birmingham documentary on Prime? I haven't, mate. No, I haven't. Reese, I think Brentford signing Hendo is a quality move, by the way. Would agree with that. Yeah, same with Longstaff, to be honest, going to Leeds. I think that's a good move. And Xhaka going to Sunderland. It feels like, experienced midfielders stepping in. That's exactly the sort of player you need. Especially if you're expecting maybe to be down that end of the table. Ollie, he's helped the club, then basically disrespected the club by not training and going back to Spain. Is that disrespecting the club? Is that disrespecting the club? You've got to remember the club have disrespected him though. So to what extent, if surely respect is a two-way street, we would all agree that, wouldn't we? We would all agree that if someone's being disrespectful to you, how likely are you to be respectful back to them? If someone has lied to you, misled you, how likely are you to, play ball and be professional? For me, I personally think Isak's kind of playing the only card that he's got left to him. According to Craig Hope, who is literally the journalist on the Northeast, he said 18 months ago, Alexander Isak told the club he wasn't happy, he wanted to leave. Eddie Howe told him, listen, get your head on, get us back in the Champions League. He did it. But apparently, according to multiple journalists, he told the club last summer that this season just gone, that's the last season, right? So now they get into this season, they've not signed any investment, they've not invested in the playing squad, they've not given him the contract that they promised him 18 months, 2 years ago. That hasn't materialised. They've misled him. They have misled him. So how likely are you, if you're Alexander Isak, to just keep going? That's mad. Respect is a two-way street. It's a two-way street. Reece, surely any player who's that good and too good for the club would do the same. Joe, I can see an improvement in Isak's behaviour in the next week, to be honest. Why? Why would you think that? That guy Miles, as always, love seeing you on stream. You're the finale boss. You're the finale boss. Shout out the OTC. If you know, you know. The OTC. What's the OTC? Stoke City are apparently after Oxlade-Chamberlain, said D28. That'd be okay. That'd be okay, yeah. Good move, that. AM10, who do you have winning this game? I think Luton. Yeah, I can't look past Luton. Be interesting to see how Wimbledon do, but I fancy Luton. Albin, Isak will not stay for Burley making the Champions League. He's going to move. That guy Miles, I'm sure you said that's how Gyökeres behaved was not great. Isak doing the same thing. I didn't say it wasn't great. what Gyökeres was doing. At no point did I say that wasn't great. I said that Gyökeres was throwing his toys out the pram. And I made a point of saying that Gyökeres was throwing his toys out the pram. But I didn't say at any point that was a disrespecting Sporting or anything like that. And if you can find a clip of me saying anything about that, I don't think at all that I would have said that. If I did, if you're calling it, maybe I did, but I don't think I did. Because I don't think at any point I've felt that would qualify as a player disrespecting. I don't think that's... Like I said, respect is a two-way street. I think if Gyökeres threw his toys out the pram at Sporting to get a move, then I guess you've got to look at it in context of what's gone on before that. Apparently the Sporting Lisbon director promised him a move for a certain fee last year, didn't they? So again, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I would throw my toys out the pram. Robert, what do you think of Liverpool dropping out of Isak Key? They haven't, Robert. Joe, 300k is mad though, pal. Well, I don't think he was asking for 300k, was he? I don't think he was asking for 300k. Reese, how do you join your FPL Key? It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. But listen, rather than go to YouTube and do all that now, I am publishing a video. On FPL. I'll do it tomorrow, and then it will have the code on it, and it'll have the link on it and everything. So just wait for that. I'll publish a video tomorrow for FPL. With basically, here's my team, how I've made it, what bad decisions I've made. Maybe it'll give you some ideas. Maybe it'll tell you know, even if it's ideas on what not to do. Maybe you look at it and think, he's had an absolute murder. I'm not doing that. Ollie, but wouldn't you be the same if someone like Van Dijk or Salah done what Isak did? Well, again, it depends, mate. No, I'm looking at it from purely like a human point of view. If the club have promised someone something and then that person doesn't get that something, then, you know, it feels to me that, like, yeah, you'd be aggrieved, right? You'd be aggrieved if they've made a promise to do something. Like, listen, we'll give you this contract, and then they don't get you. They don't get a contract. Yeah, he's right to be aggrieved. If they then say again, right, well, we will invest in the playing squad, and then that doesn't happen, then again you'd be doubly annoyed. If you're still not getting the contract that you were promised, it's all, for me, I think Isak has had multiple words with the Newcastle ownership throughout. And it's not just like me thinking this. This is a lot of the journalists saying the exact same thing. Newcastle have been informed by Isak at multiple points over the last 18 months that he doesn't want to be there, and they've done nothing to facilitate a move. So now, well, listen, I've been sat here for 18 months. You've done nothing to try and get a move on your terms. Right, well, I'm going to have to force things along a little bit. Because I'm not sitting here for 3 more years, wasting my career at a club that clearly doesn't have the same ambition that I do. You know, you're a long time retired. Robert, there's 2 Roberts, there shall be 1. Substub, we're looking to get Bamford as his club have told him to leave. That would... Bamford to Coventry. Oh no, I'm not sure about that. I think you could do better. Toblerone, Newcastle have been strong-armed into a weak position. Craig Foley, Isak is a great player, and great players always move on to bigger teams. Surprised it's so sour. But it's because Newcastle feel that they should be competing with Liverpool. That's what it is. They feel that they should be competing with Liverpool right now. So that's why they're so upset. And that, like, that at the core is what the problem is. That's the problem. They are annoyed because they've had a horrendous summer where every player, every man and his dog has been rejecting him. And then on top of that, you've got to throw in the fact that, well, actually they've, what was that? I've lost where I was up to. You've got to throw in the fact that not only is he, oh, hang on a second, what are we saying? Steve McNair, thanks for the stream, mate. No worries, Steve, Edward, and yes, we have pulled out Key, BBC wouldn't lie. Is that a joke, Edward? Is that a joke? We haven't pulled out. Substub, no Premier League team will want him. That's why he's been told to leave now. They've been promoted. He's not good enough for the Prem. Robert Key, not many people talk about Luton Town's downfall. It's been a bad couple of years for Luton, hasn't it? Premier League to League One. In double quick time. Robert, can't we sue Isak for breaching his contracts? Well, no, because he hasn't breached his contract. He hasn't breached it. United forever. How's it going? Good to see you. We are watching Luton Town against AFC Wimbledon. Edward, why would BBC break it then if we haven't pulled out? They haven't put that. If you check the BBC, they put that Liverpool have pulled out of a deal, then 2 seconds later they rephrased it and they put something else. Liverpool haven't pulled out of a deal. Robert Bamford 2021, Streets will never forget. Ben, Tonight Tacker, Sturm Graz, Drogheda, Schalke and Luton. I'm surprised you haven't gone Club Bruges. I've gone Club Bruges for Tonight Tacker. Yeah, I've gone Club Bruges. Effing no casual, Sturm Graz. There he is. There's the man. Good lad. I knew you'd be on it as well. Tanya, who do you support? I am a Liverpool fan, Tanya. Toblerone, Sesko's latest to reject them. Can't agree personal terms. Plus can't afford to pay 80 million. Robert, he was training at Sociedad though. But what's the problem with him training at Sociedad? Again, warm weather training. Alex Macklin, Isak put a transfer request in. That's bound to happen, yeah, if it hasn't already. Onye, is it true that Thiago's coming back as a coach, or at least part of the coaching team? Maybe. Possibly. Could be. Who knows? D28, what do you rate Stoke's new third kit? I haven't seen it. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Stoke's new third kit. Stoke third kit. Let's see. Let's see what we do. The yellow one, is it? Oh, no. Hang on a second. Stoke third kit revealed. Oh, it's actually not too bad. It's a bit of a... Yeah, it's okay, that. It's like a Wolves cross with a Crystal Palace kit, isn't it? Toblerone, what are the expectations for Liverpool with Isak got to be the Prem and the Champions League? I don't know if it's the Prem and the Champions League. But yeah, if you spend that much and you get those sorts of players in, of course, you've got to look at it. Edward, right, okay, pal, I know I'm right, but I'm not arguing with you. Edward, you're not right. I thought you were being sarcastic. You are actually not right. You're actually not right, Edward. You're not right. I'll retweet it. I'll retweet it. Right, I'll retweet it for the love of God. Christ on a bike. Here, have a look. There you go. They put, Liverpool have pulled out of a move for Alexander Isak, and then literally 2 minutes later, Liverpool are willing to walk away from a move for Alexander Isak. Now, if that's not a backpedal, I don't know what one is. Liverpool have pulled out. Liverpool are willing to pull out. There's a little nuance in the language there, isn't there? We haven't pulled out. We haven't pulled out. In fact, honestly, I can't believe... If people pop the brain back in, you'll know Liverpool have already agreed a deal with Newcastle. I'm telling you, it's done. It's done. The player is... He's basically a Liverpool player. The lad is sat over in Sociedad right now, learning the words to his new song. It's happened. It's done. KMC, Macron made some class kits for a lot of championship teams like... D28 is another nod to the 90s kit, same as the purple one we've got. You know, I was going to say it did look a little bit familiar to that one. Yeah, it does look a bit familiar to that. Steve McNair, any good bets for this match? Well, I've gone Luton or draw, 1 to 6 goals in the game. Ollie Marley, games you going on live for tomorrow so that I can watch them? If you go to YouTube, you can always see my full schedule for like the next week ahead. So tomorrow's games are Cardiff City against Peterborough. That's the early kickoff. The 3 o'clock kickoff is Bradford City against Wickham. And then I'm doing a 5:15, which is Motherwell against Rangers in the Scottish Premiership. So we've got those 3 tomorrow. 3 games, pretty much back to back. But yeah, bets for tonight, by the way, you were asking about. Luton and Wimbledon. Who else have I got on tonight? I've got River Plate to qualify. I've got Inter Miami to beat Necaxa in the Leagues Cup. Club Bruges to beat KV Mechelen. Partizan Belgrade to beat Radnicki. PSV to beat Go Ahead Eagles. Draw or Salzburg tomorrow away to Ried. And Midtjylland away at Aarhus. That's going to be a good game, that. I'm tempted to do that one, to be honest, but I think I'm already live. What else have we done? Anderlecht is another one worth watching. And just as I've been talking about Mechelen against Club Bruges, friggin' Mechelen have scored. That's grim. Well, there you go. There's my night scuppered. We're only 6 minutes in as well. Ali Marley, are you not getting sick of answering Isak questions? Not really, mate, no, because all that'll happen is I'll get sick of answering them and then someone else will come in and go, what do you think of the Isak deal, Key? And, you don't want to be an arse with people. Edward, same thing, isn't it? No, it's not the same thing, Edward. One is Liverpool have done something, and the other one is Liverpool are willing to do something. It's like me saying, you have put the milk on the doorstep, and you are willing to put the milk on the doorstep. It's not quite the same thing. Kean, both don't sound positive. Robert, Key, I agree with you. There's a second bid for Isak, and it's basically agreed. Kean, Luton to win by 2, and Naki Wills to bag with a Clark shot on target. Nice. Robert, fun fact, I got a programme for 1992 of the old Wimbledon against Arsenal. Nice. Reese, what do you think of the Isak deal kit? FM no casuals, for God's sake, Bruges losing. I know, I still think that's going to be a draw though. At least I've got Club Bruges draw no bet. CFC Harls, RLFC going in for Isak again. Yes, Robert. Eddie Howe is calm. Fatboy 007, you need a defender and maybe a holding mid and upgrade on Endo. But Endo's only a squad player. And he's the captain of Japan, and he was absolutely terrific every time we called on him last season. So I don't think we do need an upgrade on Endo. We think as an experienced player to bring in as a 6, he's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Craig missing the Arbroath versus game, mate, with the weird co-manager setup. That's news to me. What's the co-manager setup in the Arbroath situation? What's going on? Is it Arbroath with the co-manager? Or is it who've got the co-manager? David Gold on Arbroath co-management with Colin Hamilton. Oh, that's bound to fail. Arbroath co-manager David Gold. Oh. See, I've got an acute experience of that with Liverpool. Liverpool's Gerard Houllier and Roy Evans. Oh, I remember growing up with that. Liverpool have got 2 managers. That was the worst situation going. Kee and Chambers, were Chong, Jones and Mengi, are they on the way out? I don't know, mate. The players are in the tunnel. Let's go through the lineups. In fact, I'll put the lineups on the screen. Let me get them up on the screen, and then we can chat through them. Because we've got 5 minutes to kick off, so we can have a little natter and see what teams we're actually dealing with here. Okay. Right, there's your lineup for today's game. So it's Keeley in goal, new signing from Spurs as well. Keeley. It's Makosso, Anderson, and Naismith. Cal Naismith also a new signing at the back. Then it's in midfield: Walters, Walsh, Saville, George Saville again, a new signing, and Lonwick on the wing. Clark, Ali, Milenic Ali, and Naki Wells. Naki Wells, of course, a new signing. So a few new players getting their run out in this one. And then for Wimbledon, it's Bishop in goal, Johnson, Lewis, and Ogundere at the back. Seddon, Hippolyte, Reeves, Smith, and Asimwe. And then it's Stevens and Kelly. Matthew Stevens up front. Okay. So there are your lineups. Right, I need to change the Wimbledon lineup because I thought, sorry, the Wimbledon kit, because I thought they'd be in the away kit. But what do I know? There you go, that's better. Luton against Wimbledon. HSH, do you think Bradley will suit the system better than Frimpong, as we may see some defensive spaces? I do think there's a time where we might play Frimpong and Bradley. Frimpong slightly ahead of him. But yeah, it leaves lots of room for different systems, definitely. Tanya, what do you think of Leon Delap? Yeah, good player. Good player. I think he'll do okay for Chelsea, but I think he probably chose the wrong move. I don't think he plays enough for Chelsea. I think he'd have been better off, honestly, going to United. Or even Everton. There was links with him going to Everton. Somewhere where he would have started every single game without fail. He isn't going to do that at Chelsea. So for me, I do. I think that would have been I think that's a poor move. Nick Vid, have you seen Palhinha to Spurs is done? I have, mate, yeah, and I think that's not a bad move at all for Spurs. They needed someone like that. FM No Casuals, he was offside for the Mechelen goal as well. But they've not give it. Have they give it? Reece, thoughts on the new Liverpool kit, Key? It's very much like the 2008. Yes, I like it. I like it an awful lot. Looking forward to the green kit. Although I'm a little bit gutted that the green third kit for Liverpool only comes out on September the 7th. It's only getting released on September the 7th, which just feels like such a long time for them to do that. Maybe it's that sounds like a marketing thing, doesn't it? That sounds like let's not release all of the kits all at once, because then what they'll do is they'll buy, just one, or like they'll lose out. Maybe that sounds like a sales thing, that. Because if they delay that green kit, which everyone is looking forward to, the 7th, I think the sales will go through the roof again. They'll get another big peak of sales on the 7th of September. Very smart, Liverpool. Very, very smart. AM10, Luton to win. Naki Wills, 2+ shots on target. And Milenik Ali, 2+ shots on target. Mick 00, think it's time to get out of that room and get a life. I haven't got a life, mate. I just watch footy. I just enjoy watching footy. Clearly, I haven't got a life. It's all good. My wife and my daughter took my life many, many years ago, mate. Many, many years ago. You think you can belittle me, sunshine? Will, you're a scammer. I'm a scammer. Why? What have I tried to get from you? What have I tried to get from you? Craig Foley, have Everton signed anyone? I don't believe they have, other than the players that they signed before the summer series. So obviously Travers and Barry. They signed Travers and Barry. Alcaraz was obviously there last season. They have signed Asnu. Yeah, the Bayern Munich left back, but he isn't really going to get a kick. He's back up to Mikalenko. But no real first team players. No, they haven't signed any first team players. Asnu will be a backup. Barry will be a backup. I still think Alcaraz will probably be a backup. And Travers will be a backup, yeah. So they've not really signed anyone. Kian can see him playing Salah through the middle a bit if Isak doesn't come in. Kean Chambers, I saw the Celta Vigo kits with the Estrella sponsor. Nice. Tahir Hussein, who's going to win this game? I think it's going to be Luton. I'm going to stick with Luton. Will 1231R, anyone that's on this live for longer than 5 minutes, mate, get a life yourself. Tanya, agree. To be fair, Delap definitely didn't expect Chelsea to sign Pedro. So what? You've got one person saying I'm a scammer. You've got one person saying I'm a scammer and I'm going to get your information and all this sort of stuff. And then another person saying I need to get out the room and get a life. Both of those can't be true. I'm either a multi-millionaire that's stealing your cash. It's either that, and I'm stealing your cash, and I'm actually on a Hawaiian island, just loving life. Or I'm a sad bastard watching footy in my room. Make your own mind up which is true. You make your own mind up which it is. Paul Hexham, are you doing Luton, pal? I am, sir. Yes, I am. FM No Casuals, it's always the ones without a picture. Well, that's a surefire way to show just how strong and hard you are, isn't it? Just how much you don't care and how absolute double hard bastard you are. Don't have a picture. You have a picture of something like, Darwin Núñez lifting a Premier League trophy, or, some guy trying to take the piss before on Twitter. He had a picture of, I think it was Eddie Howe with I'm sure it was over. It was face like photoshopped over Bin Laden's face, and I was a bit like, okay, yeah, nice. The Normality Channel with Ryan Taylor. Have you noticed Sky Sports has got a visual change to their graphics? The scoreboard graphics has a new look. Has it? I haven't noticed that at all, no. I haven't noticed that, Ryan. Interesting, though. In what way is it different? Maybe I'm missing something. In what way is it different? I'm sorry, I called you Ryan Taylor. I apologise. It's Ryan, isn't it? Riley, sorry. Oh, no, your name is Ryan Taylor. Sorry, I just clicked on your channel. It said Riley. I thought I'd got it wrong. Apologies, mate. Whichever one it is. Luton with the ball in. Cleared away. Only as far as... Oh, it's big chance, this. It's just a scrappy start. It's a very scrappy start. Tanya, meanwhile, Kee's got flipping 200 different footy shirts behind him, genuinely just living life. Make Britain great again. What game are you watching? Luton and Wimbledon, mate. Luton and Wimbledon. Tanya, have you ever applied to be a Sky pundit? Suits you, to be fair. I think I probably got too much brains to be a Sky pundit. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure they would look at me. I'd maybe tick a few boxes. Disability quota. Tick a few boxes. I'm all good. But no, I don't think they'd look at someone like me. Joe, why is this game so early? What do you mean, why is it so early? It's 8 o'clock. I know it's light outside, but it's still 8 o'clock. And it's early because it's League One now. They stagger. League One and League Two start, and then Championship starts. And Premier League's 2 weeks, mate. So it's Premier League in 2 weeks, Championship in 1 week, and this starts today. And also, by the way, another reason why the league season is starting a little bit earlier than normal is because they're conscious of they have to get the fixtures all done in and completed in time for the USA World Cup. USA, Mexico, Canada World Cup next year. Edward, Kieran, what player should I get on the back of the home kit and the away kit? I want 2 different players and I want you to pick them. Okay. On the home kit, I want you to get Joe Gomez. And on the away kit, I want you to get trying to think of how mean I can be here. Home kit Joe Gomez, away kit Kostas Tsimikas. There you go. Isak and Isak. Yeah, to be fair, he said they had to be 2 different players. Yeah, they had to be 2 different players. I mean, I could just say, you know, Cantona and Neville, and you'd get slapped every time you went anywhere near Liverpool. FM No Casuals, the midnight games start next season. Chimey, I've just bet on 4 correct both teams to score bets, but my site just said it's a loss for a slip worth 600 quid. I'm so gutted. Bloody hell, mate. Honestly, there's not an awful lot happened in the first few minutes here. It's been pretty tame from both sides. We've not had a shot on target. We've not had a corner kick. We've not had any big chances. We've not had an awful lot to discuss. Lots of long, direct passing through the centre of the pitch from both teams, to be honest. Looks like maybe, just maybe, Johnnie Jackson prioritising those second balls. Just showing up on Sky Sports there that Johnnie Jackson has got the upper hand against his opposite number tonight, Matt Bloomfield. He's won 3 out of the last 4 contests against him, so... Paul Hexham, are you doing the World Cup next year, pal? I'd love to. If I'm doing the World Cup next year, it means the channel's going okay. So it means it's doing enough to pay for, you know, pay for dinner and a little bit more. If I'm not doing the World Cup, the channel probably doesn't exist. But yes, I'd love to. Baz, opinions on Dibbling Key. Love him. Absolutely love him. I'm gutted if he goes to Everton, because again, it just feels like Liverpool it just feels like Man United and Everton will be picking up players that I really, really like. Like Tierno Barry, I've done nothing but praise him for about 7 months on this channel. I'm pretty sure the first video that I did, or one of the first videos that I did on this channel, I was like majorly praising Tierno Barry. I was like, he's going to be an absolute star, the kid. Can't believe it. Everton go and sign him. All last season. Who are my favourite non-Liverpool players in the Premier League? Probably Matthias Cunha and Brian Mbeumo. So now I can't like those. Baz taking notes. I do. I think he's a really, really good player, Dibbling. I like him a lot. If you get him for 30 million quid, you have ripped Southampton off. Very good player. Lot like Jack Grealish. Just needs to work on his final ball, but he's a good player. RCPV, I'm watching you from Honduras. Nice. Are you my friend from Tegucigalpa who was in a few weeks ago? Good to see you anyway. Lots of love to Honduras. I can't say I've ever been, but lots of love. Oh my God, foul. Thank God that was given as a foul. Keeper didn't have a great time there, Keeley. He lost the ball. Let's just watch. Was this a foul? Seddon picks the ball up for Wimbledon, knocks it into feet. Kelly's going for it, and the keeper comes out. They just lose it. I don't know who. Did he get a kick in the head or what? Keeley loses it, and he very, very nearly gives the ball away, and Kelly nearly had a tap in for Wimbledon. But no, ref blew it back, pulled it back for the free kick. Andy, hello from Mexico. Guys, where do you think I can watch it from here? Let's go, Luton. I'm really sorry, man. I'd love to know where you can watch it from in Mexico, and I don't have an awfully good knowledge of, Mexican channels. But it is on Sky Sports, so I imagine if you can, find somewhere that's got English channels on, if you're out and about. Edward, what's your thoughts on Thogdan? Who's Thogdan? Don't know him. Is that a YouTuber, I'm guessing? I'm not big on him, Edward. I really don't know. Ben Morton going to Leon for 15 million quid. I told you we wouldn't get 25, which you previously said we would. All right, 50. I said 20 to 25. He's gone for 15. He'll probably have a sizable sell-on fee in that as well. Why are you so aggy? Honestly, you could start a fight in an empty room, you. I told you it was 5 million quid less than you said. All right. Fucking hell, I was wrong. Christ. Sorry, mister, I've never been wrong before. Ben. Bourbon, Global Reach, watching from Providence, Rhode Island. The Rhode Island State Troopers. Love Rhode Island. Morris Macaulay, he is an annoying YouTuber. Ooh, Thogden on me. I don't know. I don't know who he is, Edward. I'm sorry, and that's not me throwing shade, by the way. I don't know who he is. I don't know who he is. He's probably massive. People have told me, many people who I should know, but I don't. So I don't know. I apologise in advance if he's someone that I should know. Ben, God, you don't half get tetchy. I'm not getting tetchy. You're calling people out on like literally the smallest thing from weeks ago. Chill out. Andy, Mr. PLD, can you give me a quick insight on the team situation and expectatives? I'm new to the team. Well, I would say. Oh, hang on 1 second. I'm getting told off on TikTok. I need to just do the little security thing that pops up. So, quick insight on the team. As in Luton Town and AFC Wimbledon. Luton Town came down from the Championship, so they got relegated last season. AFC Wimbledon got promoted from League 2 up into League 1 last season. So they've gone from here and they've met in the middle, right? So Luton have dropped a division, Wimbledon have gone up a division. As a consequence of that, the expectations in this game are that Luton are probably going to be the winners. Wimbledon are probably going to find it difficult. It's at Luton Town. Luton have had to sell some players. They've had to bring some new players in because obviously they've dropped a division, and that usually means that there's all sorts of complications and consequences for that. Teams lose money, of course. So they've brought in some experienced players, lost some experienced players, and Wimbledon have come up and invested to try and stay up in the division. That's their two goals. Their two respective goals for the season will be at diverging ends of League One. Wimbledon, it will be probably to stay in the division. If they stay in League One, they'll have done relatively well. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, AFC Wimbledon fans. And if Luton Town manage to get in the playoffs, they'll probably be hoping to get into the automatic playoffs or maybe even win the title. But if they get into the playoffs, that'll be a decent season for them because their goal is to get back up into the Championship. So there you go. In a nutshell, that would be my overview of this situation. Let me know if you disagree. If I've spoken out of turn, I apologise. Right, TikTok. Sorry, 1 second. Baz, mate, genuinely, if we get him and someone else, don't care what Moy says, I'll say it, we're winning the lot. Be yourself, Dylan. Wrexham going all the way up and Luton all the way down. User 748, who do you support? I am a Liverpool fan, mate. Caleb, Isaac isn't coming, Prem Dad. How do you feel? I know that he is, so it's all good. Do you reckon Gyökeres will do good at Arsenal? If by do good, do I think he'll score like 10 goals, maybe 15? Yeah, he'll probably do good. But I don't think he does any more than that. 15 is the absolute best. RCPV, yes, signed the same guy from 2 weeks ago, but I'm from San Pedro Sula. Oh, nice. Okay, sorry, I apologise. We had someone else in who was from Tegucigalpa as well. San Pedro Sula, nice. Thomas Thornton, Luton still got their parachute payments through, haven't they? Oh, from the Premier League, yes. I think is it 3 or 4 seasons that goes on for. Paul Hexon, test your knowledge, pal. Do you remember Brian Steen? Brian Steen. Is he a Chelsea player by any chance? Brian Steen. The name doesn't particularly ring bells. I know there was a Steen who played for Chelsea, but I don't know if that's the same player. Oh, no, mate. That's before my time. Well before my time, I'm afraid. Luton Town player, no. Played for Luton Town for many, many years in the 70s and 80s. And he did have a little spell there in the early 90s, but no, I'm afraid that is before my time. He did play for England as well, 1 cap for England, Brian Steen. Thomas Thornton, Brian Steen played in the first game I ever went to at Anfield for Luton. Bloody hell. Nice. FML Casuals, you remember Dixie Dean. Well, that's true enough. Yeah, that's okay, fair enough. I remember Dixie Dean, yes. Therefore, I should remember Brian Steen. Apologies. No, you're right. But I don't. No. I watched him when I was about 8 in Anfield in 1988 or so. Bloody hell. Who was your first game? Out of interest. In fact, let's do that. Tell me who your first game was. What was your first game? We're talking about, it's the first game of the League One season. It's the first game of the football season. So I tell you what, let's talk in the chat tonight. You tell me, what was your first game that you remember going to? Whether it was for your club or maybe it was for a different club. Maybe it was for someone else that you went and watched. But what was the first game and your first game that you physically attended, and in what way did it make you fall in love football-wise? You know, what can you remember the score? Can you remember the scorers? Leon, Josh Mulligan was very good for Hibs last night. I thought Rocky Bashiri was really good. Obviously, he got the goal, but I thought Rocky Bashiri was really good defensively as well for Hibs last night. Ben Madhal Lockyer is going to be playing again. Is he? Where's he gone? We was just talking about Lockyer. Where is Lockyer going? Thomas Thornton, I've started a subject. Best follow you. Check my art if you remember. Let's have a look at you, Thomas. Oh my God, your art. I love that. I absolutely love that. I love your Aussie work, mate. That is absolutely brilliant. I like it. I really like it. Do you know what it reminds me of a little bit? Oh no, I won't say it actually because it might insult you. It might insult you. It's really really good. I really like it. Nice. You're a very talented man, Thomas. You're a very talented man. Oh, one. Where do you think Leeds and Sunderland and Burnley will finish? Where do I think Leeds, Sunderland, Burnley finish? I think Burnley are going down, sadly. Sadly, I do think Burnley are going down. Leeds, I think, need a centre-forward. Sunderland, they've got Roofs in, which I think is an impressive signing, goalkeeper-wise. Leeds have got a very good goalkeeper in Perry, the Brazilian from Lyon. So, Sunderland and Leeds, I think, have got every chance of staying up. Burnley, I can't say the same for, sadly. I think probably only one of Leeds and Sunderland do, though. Oh, it's so difficult to call. Let's revisit this. I feel like you need to see him at least in the first 3 to 5 games. Maybe get the first international break out the way, and then you can make a solid prediction. Paul Hexham, Gillingham against Spurs in the FA Cup, 1970s. Gills battered them and Spurs scored the winner, 89th minute. Thomas Thornton, I won't get insulted. Oh, sorry, yeah. It reminded me an awful lot of, especially the pictures of the older. I'm trying to make sure I've got the wording right. Yeah, it reminded me a little bit of the. No, I'm not even going to say it because I don't. It could come across in an awful way, and I really like your artwork, mate. So I'm not going to say it because I think I'll end up. I'm not trusting myself to articulate myself well enough there. But really, seriously, for everyone, go and check Thomas Thornton's artwork out. But it is absolutely brilliant. Sunderland have signed Guiu. They have signed Guiu, yes. They have signed Guiu. I don't know if he starts an awful lot, though. Obviously, he's not really got a kick at Chelsea, has he? Ben, my first game was September 2006. We beat Spurs 3-0 at Anfield. I remember that. I think I was in Dublin for that game. Was that when John Arnorisa scored an absolute worldie at the Kop end? I think I was in Dublin for that game. Tyler 24. Hi, mate. I really don't like the trim. Thoughts on João Gomez for Wolves? Yeah, good player. Good player, man. Baz, I'm going to have to confess, Everton's been annoying me. I'm going to support Weymouth. FM No Casuals, Gateshead versus Blackburn Reserves, but France versus Romania. Euro 96 was saying you went to France versus Romania in Euro 96. Nice. See, that's one thing I've never done in my life, and I'd like to at some point, is go to an proper international tournament, like a World Cup or a Euros. I've never done it before. Where was that? St James's Park. And you went to France versus Bulgaria. Nice. Ben, yes, he scored 89th minute. Yes, I thought it was. MR27, Liverpool need to prioritise defenders instead of Isak. We don't need defenders, we need one defender, and I think if I'm dead honest, we'll get one defender as well as Isak, so both can happen simultaneously. Chances are, I think Mark Gay happens before the end of the window, so I imagine we sign Isak and Gay. I'll tell you what, only in 25 minutes, this has been absolutely dreadful. We haven't neither had a shot on target, nor a corner, nor anything. Oh, we have had a corner, sorry. We have had one corner, but nothing else. It's been absolutely dreadful. Thomas scored on his debut after like 30 seconds in the Nou Camp did game. Mad experience that would be. Is that where they signed him from? Barca. I knew they signed him from... I thought they signed him from a different team for some reason. Luton, big chance here. Oh, it's cleared away. It fell to Naki Wells, I think, in the area there, and he just couldn't quite get it under his control. Luton, ball pulled back. Wimbledon clear it away. Again, we're looking at... Wimbledon are just putting so many bodies back into the box. It's like 9 bodies back there. There's only one, as far as I could see, one outfield player outside the box then. They're really condensing it there, and it's so difficult for Luton to find space. But yeah, Naki Wells just on the turn there. I think it came to him on his left foot, and he just spun, couldn't quite get enough power behind it. Edward, Kieran, if I'm right in saying we can still spend another 400 million and still be okay with PSR. I don't know about another 400 million, but we could probably spend a fair few, yeah. We could probably clear Isak, Gay, and Rodrigo. So yeah, it's probably reasonable to say maybe at least another 300 million. Yeah, we'd be fine. That's very doable. Baz, is Gay still coming to you? Well, allegedly so, yeah. Apparently Palace are very close to bid, or they have had a bid rejected this week for Jan Bissek from Inter Milan, and now I'll be honest, if they get Jan Bissek, I'll be honest, I'm not sure I would prefer Gay over Bissek. I really like Bissek. Bissek is absolutely quality. I love him. I think he's a fabulous signing for Palace if they get him. But yeah, no, I think Gay's a good signing too. I like Mark Gay. 24 years of age, already playing for England. Yeah, captain of Palace, won an FA Cup. Good player, good leader. English. Baz, oh wow, Bissek or Diamande, they was in for. Yeah, Diamande from Sporting, that was the one that they looked at, but I think for whatever reason it became a little bit too expensive with Sporting, so maybe they just stepped back from that, and then they've gone in for Bissek. First bid for Bissek was I think 32 million, and that got rejected by Inter. Whether or not they go back in, who knows? Hello, Leon. Not my first Liverpool game I went to, but I was at Liverpool Spurs. Liverpool 4, Spurs 3. Jota scored the last minute winner. Nice. Thomas Thornton, Risto Stoichkov, Krasimir Balakov, Jordan Lechkov. God rest his soul. What a wonderful player he was. Jordan Lechkov. He scored a cracking goal in USA 94 as well for Bulgaria. Trifon Ivanov as well. He was another one. He's, again, God rest his soul. Trifon Ivanov. Thomas Thornton, not sure Gay's the best we can get though. See what you mean. Paul Hexham, are you, when you say, are you a Liverpool fan then, I'm guessing, Thomas? I don't know. I don't think there's too many others that Liverpool could target in terms of like top centre backs. I think Gay is probably about as elite as we could possibly get right now. Everyone else, it feels like, is kind of taken up. We'd then be gambling maybe on younger players like like Ordonez from Club Brugge maybe, or Kouliarakis from Wolfsburg is a player I really like. He'd be another one to look at. Edward, I've never been to a Liverpool game. Maybe you will one day, mate. Maybe you will. Paul Hexham, outgoing sales will probably cover what we've spent so far. That's very true. Paul Hexham Canate could still go. He could still go, but apparently all news today seem to indicate that he is absolutely intent on staying. And Liverpool are close to, well, not close to agreeing a deal, but there's still contract talks ongoing, and he wants to stay at the club, which would be a huge boost. A huge boost. 29 minutes gone and we haven't had a frigging shot on target. How bad is this? This isn't the League One start I was promised. This isn't the League One start I was promised. Sandro Inscavelli, 0-0 full time. Don't say that, mate. There's got to be a goal in this. It's been such a bad start. This is up there with one of the worst games I've watched. One of the worst games that I've watched on this channel. And I watched Una Strassen against Dundee United last night. That was terrible. But there was at least a goal in it. Craig Foley, my first game was at Meadowbank Stadium, Edinburgh, to see Armandale Thistle, now Livingston. Very nice. My first Liverpool game, well, my first game in general, my first game was Liverpool against Slovan Liberec. Slovan Liberec in the UEFA Cup in 2000. Emil Heskey scored the winner in about the 80th, 88th minute, something like that it was. And I'm sure we missed a penalty as well in it. I don't know if it was Fowler or Owen who missed the penalty. I'm sure we missed the penalty. But it was Liverpool against Slovan Liberec. And you can actually watch the full game on YouTube. Someone's uploaded the full Liverpool v Slovan Liberec game on YouTube. It was a fabulous game. It really wasn't, but it was the best game I've been to because it was my first game. Thomas, I was at Slovan Liberec. Was you really? I was Anfield Road upper with me dad, and I walked up the vomitory, just up the steps, saw the Anfield grass. It was like a green carpet, all illuminated by the floodlights. Sophie Ellis-Bextor was playing over the tannoy. I always remember that. Sophie Ellis-Bextor was booming out over the tannoy system, public address system, sorry. Yeah, Liverpool won 1-0. Edward, I know Meadowbank Stadium. I'm actually from not far from there. Lovely. Scott Grice, how are you doing? Stockport County game on Sunday. I am, yeah. Stockport and Bolton. Yes, I am doing that one. Luca talks Dons. You okay? Good to see you, Luca. Thanks for coming on, mate. Thanks for coming on. Good to have a Wimbledon fan on. Chimey, by the way. Oh, sorry. What do you reckon I should do, Key? I clearly won 600, but my site just gave me a loss for no reason. Message him. Message him. Yeah. Why not? Message him. How are you finding this, Luca? Because I'll be honest, I'm expecting... You got Oldham. You got Oldham. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Who've I said they've got Bolton? Stockport v Bolton. Oldham. I've got Oldham though in next week. I've got Accrington v Oldham, sorry. Accrington v Oldham's the Carabao Cup next week, isn't it? Yes. Sorry. Apologies. Yeah, Luca. Luca talks Dons. I assume you're a Wimbledon fan, right? Please tell me I've got that right. You've got to be a Wimbledon fan with a channel called Luca Talks Dons. Oh, you're a Milton Keynes fan. Bloody hell. MK Dons. The Dons. And you've got Oldham. Right, okay. How do you fancy you'll get on? Sandro Interskveli, 0-0 against Tottenham, by the way. 0-0 against Tottenham. What, that was your first game? Adama, good old Julia days. Yes, it was. It was Liverpool against Slovan Liberec. That was Gerard Julia. We had... Oh, it was a great team, that. Hippier and Honcho at the back. Fowler. I think Ziga started that night. Don't think we'd signed Reese at that point. It was even before the days of John Allen Reese. Luton are in. Gotta finish. Gotta finish. Oh! Someone take the lead out of his boots. Christ. He was clean through then. There's no way he's getting 2 shots on target. Someone's backed him have 2 shots on target in the chat. No way he has 2 shots on target. Not with a touch like that. Christ. That's so bad. Mate, has he had pre-season? That's so bad. Thomas, we were halfway up the cop, right in the corner. The green of the pitch is so memorable. First game, it is, isn't it, mate? That is from an artistic point of view. Maybe you and I can appreciate that. That is like literally burnt into my memory. The green of the pitch, just everything's so vibrant. The music that was on when I got there, and obviously, yeah, the first time I celebrated a goal was like basically a last minute winner. Emil Heskey. It wasn't a bad goal as well, you know. Rocket into the top corner, just inside the penalty area. Bit scrappy, but he got it. Luca, I'm an MK vlogger. Well, maybe we should collab, mate. It'd be good. I do a lot of Championship and League One and Football League stuff, and yeah, it'd be good, mate. I'll sub back, but it'd be good. It'd be good to do some collaboration type stuff. Ben, Club Brugge are 1 down. Oh, you told me they were equalised. FM No Casuals. Club Brugge, Mechelen. They've got to be level. No, they're not, are they? Oh, come on, Bruges. Come on, Bruges. I've backed them on everything as well. I have backed them on absolutely everything. Adama, good to see you. Hope you're well and your family, my friend. Yep, family's good. Took my little girl to the fair today with the missus. It was a good day. Nice family day. Hope you're all good as well. Chimey, and also don't trust our mutual friend guy is starting to ask for money. Who's starting to ask for money? Who's starting to ask for money? Have I missed something? No casuals when I said Hawaii, man, as in say Hawaii. Oh, see, okay, see, I've misinterpreted the old Geordie people. I thought when you said Hawaii, I thought it was like Hawaii the lads, like come on, like Club Brugge, yes, get in. I thought it was a celebration Hawaii, and you were saying Hawaii as in like, oh, Hawaii, man, like come on, like. See, I've misinterpreted the Hawaii. You got to be clearer with the Hawaiis. Chimey, has he really? Has he really? Our mutual friend is starting to ask for money. No. See, he told us he'd never do that. Do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. He's been getting them all wrong anyway. Claim for a penalty from Luton. No chance you're getting that. It's gone behind. It's going to be a goal kick. 37 minutes in. This is bloody dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Adama, good man, we're doing Gulliver's World tomorrow. Warrington with the gang. Nice. Enjoy. We was there a few weeks, well, was it a few weeks ago? They just opened something. They just opened a new part of it. Yeah, it's good. It's nice. Enjoy. Very nice, mate. Hopefully it's a nice day for you. So apparently it's chucking it down. Is it chucking it down tomorrow or chucking it down on Sunday? Because we were going to do something and my missus, she does all that. She like, oh, you can't do it then because it's this, and I didn't even think about that stuff. I'm the numbnuts who turns up when it's pissing it down and then goes, oh, why didn't we check the weather? Baz, mate, what is that free kick? The lot of them. They're all still on the beach, these. They're absolutely shocking. Every single one of them. Drop them. If this is showcasing the start of the season, they ought to be embarrassed with themselves. It's been such bad football from both sets of players. I mean, AFC Wimbledon will be fine with it because a draw is not a bad result at Kenilworth Road, is it really? That's not a bad result at all. They'll be content with it. Edward, how's it going, Ben? Tolga the con man. Edward, how's your family doing in Scotland? I'm Andrew saying they were not the greatest. They're good now, mate. Yeah, they've been in hospital, but she's good. She's recovering now, man. H, play footy, then you won't have melons. Maybe I want melons. Maybe I like melons. Hey, what about you? I like them. Thomas Thornton, how he means so many things. But you can see where I was confused. Surely you can see where I was confused. Wallace Tech, League One. Can you show us the match? I can't show you the match, mate. I'm sorry. I'd love to show you the match. It's not me being unreasonable. I really would love to show you the match. But if I show you the match, the channel that I've worked really hard for like 6 months would get banned. So I can't do it. Reese, do you think they should have VAR in the Champo or not? I don't really know why they don't have VAR in the Championship. Like, for me, they should really be having VAR as low down the Football League ladder as they possibly can. Like, if your stadium is able to have VAR, then it's got VAR. I don't understand why you wouldn't have VAR. They've got cameras in every stadium. That's all they need. Why can't they have VAR in every game in League 1, League 2 and the National League? Thomas, I think on Monday there is a life-threatening storm coming. Bloody hell, I hope not. AM, any update on Isaac? I'm so confused. Some people, journalists, stating it's off. Some saying we're going to bid. I think what I would say, mate, is in terms of making your own mind up on this, 3 weeks ago, every top journalist, Ornstein, Romano, everyone, they all said 3 weeks ago, Liverpool won't bid. Liverpool will not bid. They will not bid unless Newcastle's stance changes, right? Today a bid went in. Make of that what you will, but today a bid went in. And then today also, Liverpool said, such is the nature of Newcastle, apparently Liverpool didn't say this, but the journalists were saying, such is the nature of Newcastle's rejection, Liverpool have no intention of bidding again. Unless Newcastle's stance changes. There's 4 weeks. 4 weeks to the end of the summer transfer window. So for me, it's an absolute certainty. You would be incredibly hard pushed to find a Liverpool fan or a Newcastle fan who thinks that's the end of this saga. Liverpool are, in my belief, for what it's worth, I think it's already wrapped up. I think Liverpool have already got this one wrapped up. Wallace Tech, what happened to Luton 2 years ago in the EPL, now in League One? Why? Such a shame. I just think, mate, they were a little bit unlucky, maybe, coming up to the Premier League. It was a difficult... Maybe they weren't ready to come up. Yeah, they weren't really ready to come up to the Premier League. They came up and kind of rolled their luck, but ended up going down. And then when they came down, couple of big injuries, big long-term injuries that they maybe weren't prepared for. There was a manager change situation that, again, didn't quite pan out as they hoped for. And in the end, they went down on goal difference. So you could say Luton have had a hard time of it. You could say maybe they failed to plan to fail. But yeah, difficult. Luca Talkstons, I gave you a sub. Isaac going to Liverpool. I think so too, mate. Yes, I think so too. Let me sub you back before I forget, because I'm not being unreasonable. There you go. All subbed. Good man. Seemed like a nice fella. Not seem like. Are a nice fella. That seemed really backhanded, didn't it? You seem like a nice fella. Shut up, Key. You're a lovely fella. Go and follow him. KKUK, a Hong Konger watching here, mate. Hello. Whereabouts in Hong Kong? I've got a relative who's just flown to Hong Kong. Not that I know it all that well, but good to have a Hong Konger watching. That's really cool. I still freak out that people from around the world are sat there watching me watch footy. But it's cool, isn't it? I like it. Reese, Mads Anderson has just gone down in the penalty box like a sack of bricks then. Baz, what did you get banned for? Showing Luton v Wimbledon first half. You wouldn't believe what I've been banned for on TikTok before. You would not believe. I can't say it anymore, but I got banned once for having a drink of Coke because they thought it was beer, and when I got a 6-day ban for that, and it came up and said consuming alcohol on the live, and I was a bit like, I didn't. And then there was another time where I was talking about the rivalry between Liverpool and Man United, and I used the word, I'm not going to say the word, but I said H and then the number 8. Put those two together, I used that word, H and 8. I put those together and I said, it's very much about love and that word between Liverpool and Manchester United fans. It's all about, you know, the rivalry, and it was a nice conversation. We were having a laugh, and then it popped up and it said, "You've been banned for a week for H8 speech." Yeah, so I got a week ban for that as well. Callum Kieran, your luck is still awful. There's no goals at the 44th minute. New season, same old Kieran. Listen, have the faith. There'll be goals in this. There will be goals. Don't you worry. Dickie, single bet under 1 full time. You think it's going to be 0-0 then? You think this one's going to be 0-0? I don't know. I still think there's going to be a goal. I'm rooting for Luton. Luca Talkstons, are you a Luton or a Wimbledon fan? I am neither, mate. I'm a Liverpool fan, but I watch every single team, every single game going. So I watched the Carabao Cup the other day. I watched Hibs last night. All sorts of footy. Yeah, the full top to bottom, all over Europe. We watched the Latvian League over the summer. Bit of everything, really. How many minutes have we got? 1 minute to half time here. And there you go. There is half time. Right, let me just change the old scoreboard 1 second. Right, there you go. Right, we're half time. There you go. Let me catch you up. Right, Luca, will MK Dons go up? We didn't have a great season last year, did you? Although maybe, I mean, I've not seen, mate, hand on heart, I haven't seen who you've brought in this summer. I've seen you got your manager towards the end of last season, and that kind of prompted a bit of a change, didn't it? You did kind of okay, finished the season a little bit stronger. The whole new manager bounce thing. So, I don't know, maybe under Warne you might do a bit better. He didn't have the best of times at Derby, though, did he? Didn't he get sacked at Derby? Warne. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who you've brought in. Who have you brought in this summer? Who's your like your marquee signing at MK Dons? But you had a pretty poor season last year. Maybe you can kick on and maybe step up and get into the playoffs. I'd like to think you're not going to finish in the sort of anywhere close to the relegation places, like. But Edward, I've been banned before for having my dog on live. Apparently, it was inappropriate content. Oh God. Dickie says it's going to be 0-0 or 1-0 full time. Believe me. Well, I'm hoping it's going to be 1-0 then, because I've got Luton or draw 1 to 6 goals, so I need at least 1 goal in the game. Thomas, I can't see him coming back. Won't be welcome with his teammates. Probably training in Spain. Well, why? I don't understand why anyone would really. I don't know why Isak would be loathed by his teammates. I don't know. I think his teammates will be fine with him. Chimey, I know he might still try you, so I sent the screenshot to your Instagram. Stay clear of him. Go on, I'll have a look at it. I'll have a look. Let me see. And what do they say? What was the? What's the actual like translation? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, well, yeah, he'll do well. I ain't got it to give him. So, Baz, I'll be real. We're getting Isak not used. It's just a decoy. Joel Robles has been in his ear all week. AM10, have you seen Morton? He's on his way to Lyon for 15 million quid. I have, and that's a great move for Morton and for Lyon. I think Lyon have got an absolute steal there. He's a great player. Jimmy Smith, mad jerseys, mate. Cheers, Jimmy. Jaraj, who are you doing? Championship Open Day. Championship Open Day, I am doing... I'll tell you now, in fact. I'll tell you. Championship Open Day is the 9th, right? Well, it's not actually. I'm doing the game on the 9th, which is the Friday, isn't it? Sorry, the 8th. So the Friday night game in the Championship is Birmingham City against Ipswich Town. I'm live for that. So that's the first game in the Championship. I'm live for that next week. This time next week, we'll be live watching Birmingham and Ipswich. Hopefully there'll be more goals in that one. And then Saturday, I really don't know what to do. I don't know whether to do Southampton and Wrexham, which is the 12:30 kickoff in the Championship, or do we stick with League One? No, we'll do Southampton, or do we do Coventry and Hull? Or Charlton and Watford. No, let's do Southampton and Wrexham. Let's do Southampton, Wrexham, 12:30, Championship. Let's do that. I think. Yeah, go on, Wall Street. We'll do that one at 12:30. 3 o'clock, I was going to do... what's the most interesting Championship game there? Middlesbrough-Swansea. Norwich Millwall, Oxford Portsmouth, QPR Preston, Stoke Derby, or West Brom Blackburn. I don't know why, but I feel like Stoke's going to be the team to watch. Plus, we've got our mate here, D28. You're a regular. And out of all those fan bases, I think you're the only regular we have out of all those fan bases, and you're a Stoke fan. So go on, we'll watch Stoke and Derby. Stoke and Derby is the 3 o'clock we'll do on the Saturday. And then there's a 5:30. What are we doing for the 5:30? We could do Sheffield United and Bristol City. Yeah, we'll do that. Sheffield United, Bristol City is the 5:30. And then on Sunday... Sunday... is the Community Shield, 3 o'clock. Followed by... That's probably it, to be honest. There's not really anything else going on Sunday. Chimey, I hate con artists. Is right. Yes. Luca, I subscribe. Cheers, man. Thank you. I've subscribed to you too. Craig was mad, mate. Was accusing me of basically being Scarface. Clarky, are you watching Peterborough United tomorrow? I am, mate. Yes. Craig, what's your sound? What sound? Is me sound going funny? Is it funny? Reese, don't fancy streaming the Lions versus Australia tomorrow morning and then the cricket key? No, you're alright. You're alright. Reese, not Vert, captioning a video to the new Liverpool kit. Nice top, innit? Onye, did you watch Gyökeres's debut yesterday? To be fair, Gyökeres didn't get many minutes, but his movement looked poor. I didn't watch it, but I have seen subsequently that Gyökeres has been given the lowest ever debut rating of any player making his debut in the top 5 English leagues. So all the way down to the Vanarama National League, he's been given the worst ever debut. I think it was 4.1 the score that he was given. So bad day for Victor Gyökeres. Steve Keane, you could put BBC Scotland on and Arbroath. Great game. Could do. Craig, I was merging your sound with another live stream, but I'm guessing it was just me. Well, maybe it wasn't just you, actually, because to be fair, the number of people has dropped in the stream. I don't know why that is, by the way. But yeah, the number of people has dropped, so maybe either the people are thinking I'm just boring, which is entirely plausible, to be fair, or maybe there was an issue with the stream. Either way, there's not an awful lot I can do about it. But hey ho. Okay. So let's have a natter about what other news we've had going on in football today. Obviously, we've talked to death the Alexander Isak stuff, and we've talked to death, various other bits of news about players signing, players not signing, kits, and all sorts of stuff. But I wanted to have a quick chat with a few people about Donnarumma. What do we think actually happens with Donnarumma? Paul Hexham got booted. You got booted? What do you mean you got booted? FM No Casuals, Meckel Penn. Something dodgy in this game. Oh, don't say that. That's so grim. Right, well, that might be a cash out then. That might be a cash out. On everything. What an absolute joke that is. It's 2-0. 2-0. We need Club Bruges to do a massive comeback now. Paul Hexham looked up and you just wasn't on anymore. I wonder why that is. There's a lot of people who've just left alive all of a sudden there. I don't know. Hey ho. Craig, yeah, it was weird. I was still on here, but got the next live on my swipe ups audio. Well, if it's happened to you, and it's also happened to my mate Paul, then I don't know, that's mad. TikTok just doesn't like me at the minute. I don't know why it is. come on, we've got to get it. We've got to get a goal in this game, haven't we? Come on, we've got to get a goal in this game. We've got to. Steve, have you had a bet tonight? I have, mate. Yeah, regrettably, I have. I have had a bet on Club Bruges, who are losing. I've had a bet on Luton against AFC Wimbledon. Luton or draw. That one is not doing too well because I need a goal in the game. Do you know why? I wonder if it's because of that. I wonder if it's because we're saying the word B-E-T. I wonder if it's because of that. Maybe it is. Maybe I need to chill. Maybe I need to chill with the BET talk. So I'm probably far too casual with it. Paul, could have been my internet. It sometimes drops. Bloody talk. I can't see it being that, you know, mate, because there's lots of people who experienced it. So it's evidently something to do with maybe me and my relationship with TikTok. Thomas, I got banned for that, having Talk Sport ads on as well. It's betting, right? Okay, fair enough then. Well, yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's probably screwed the stream for tonight in terms of numbers. So I'll take it under advisement for future streams. I just won't do it. I'll blame flat earthers then. I mean, that might be killing me across all. Maybe it's me. Maybe that might be killing me across all platforms. That I need to start being a little bit more, conscious of that. Problem is, everyone who comes in wants to talk about that stuff. You got to bet on who's going. Who's, you know, what's your thoughts on this? We can do predictions, I guess. But yeah, probably do need to rein it in. At least you guys know if I start being just call it something else, maybe punting. Punting means something completely different though, Thomas, where I'm from. I don't think we'd want to talk about that. Acker. I mean, they've probably got all the buzzwords, haven't they? They've probably got all the buzzwords covered off. I probably just need to, just a flat man. Clarky, are you watching Peterborough United game tomorrow? I am, mate. Yes, I am. It's Cardiff against Posh, isn't it? So yes, we will be watching Peterborough and United. Craig, change it to him. I'll just keep it. If people in future come in and they start talking about it and I just don't even respond, and then people start saying in the chat, why is he being a bell about that? You guys need to be policing it and saying back, listen, it's only for this reason. He's not actually that guy. He's not actually that guy. He actually quite likes a little flutter. FM No Casuals, Cardiff goalkeeper plays cricket in the same league as me. I only found out the other day that Longstaff plays cricket quite regularly, and apparently he's a bit of a bowler, isn't he? He's a bit of a bowler. D28, have you seen Pedro de la Vega's goal for Seattle Sounders? Absolute stunner. I haven't. No, I haven't, but what a player he was back in the day. Baz, here's to a good second half. Can't be any worse, can it? Cannot be any worse. We're about to kick off here. Gary Weaver and Sam Parkin, the commentators. Not on this channel, it's not. It's me. FMO, oh, get some mods then. I probably do need some mods at some point, but I mean, in this case, the mod, you'd have been modding me, wouldn't you? I just need to mod myself effectively in that situation. FM No Casuals, he's a good bowler, about 3 divisions higher than me. Christ, you are a decent player then, good lad. Clarky, my brother plays for Peterborough. Clarky Senior. Sandro, where can I watch this game for free? I don't know, Sandro. I'm sorry, I don't know, mate. I'm watching it on Sky Sports. Ryan, which 3 o'clock game are you doing tomorrow? you can check it out on YouTube. I think tomorrow's 3 o'clock is... Who is it actually? I should have said this before, but 3 o'clocks tomorrow are... Wycombe. Bradford and Wycombe. Bradford and Wycombe is the 3 o'clock that I'm doing tomorrow. FM No Casuals, are you watching this Club Bruges game, by the way? And if so, how are they playing? Like, is it worth me cashing out, or do you think it's worth sticking with it? Clarky, if you watch the Peterborough United game, you'll see the same as me. FM No Casuals, the shocking, mate. 2-0 down. Right, okay, fair enough. On your head be it. I'll cash him. Ugh, that's so annoying. That's so annoying. And you know, it's even worse because I had Copenhagen and I had Sturm Graz and they've won. I actually had a pretty good start to the night. 2 big wins as well. Yes, I'm on draw no bet. I always do draw no bet. I don't even entertain any other alternatives. Right, that's the last time I'm using that phrase anyway. The BET. I'm switching that off. There's no way I'm talking about that. See if it picks back up again. Renegade, do you reckon Luton will win? Based on what we've seen so far, probably not. No, it's been a bloody awful game. Wimbledon with a chance. It's gone behind. It's going to be a... Oh, it's offside. Offside. It was Kelly, I think, competing for the header there. Was it Kelly? Yeah, he was offside. He was quite comfortably offside. Fatboy 007, do you think Luton will win? I hope so, but I don't think so, no. Rambo game back on now. It is, yes, mate. It is on. Cash one out and threw Mecklin to win on another. Then they scored. Good lad. They're just not really... Can't complain. I'm up 110 this week. Oh, I'm down. I'm probably down that. I'm probably down that. You've probably got my 110. Yeah, I've had a bad week. I've had a bad week. 3-star Reds. Evening Key. Talks advancing for Douglas Luiz. For Nottingham Forest. That'll be a good signing. Straight after Ndoye as well. You lads will have done very well there. Very well. Simway picking the ball up there, carrying it forward, and I think it's Hippolyte actually who's been fouled. Free kick to Wimbledon. Lithuanian League. And do you know what though? I backed the Lithuanian League in the conference. I had Vilnius against Limfield. They got knocked out. Kaunos Algiris, I think, was another one I backed. I think they actually went through though. Yeah, I've got to stay away from the Lithuanians. D28, hope Karius does well this season, starting for Schalke tonight. Is he really? Loris Karius back in the game. Love that. Love that. Dean Bonucci, can I join the live, please? I'd love to, mate, but you can't. I'm sorry. I can't, because I'm live on multiple things. I'm on YouTube and I'm on Twitch and various others. So if you joined on TikTok, they could only see you on one place. So I can't. But you can talk. You can still talk. Luton get a corner. That's probably the first bit of action we've seen in the entire game, really. Ali pushing forward. It's just gone behind. It's going to be a corner kick. It's shocking. Absolutely shocking. Thomas Milner's going to wear the number 20 in honour of the legend that is Diogo Jota, 29 this season. Nice touch. Yeah, really, really good. Nice of... it's nice of him to do that, isn't it? Really nice. 3-star Reds, Key, can you put the link up, please, for FPL? Go on, I'll do it. I'll put it in the chat now. I think it's already in my... I think it is anyway. I think it's already in my... Yeah, it is. Hang on. Leagues and Cups. Right, invite people to join, copy auto join link, there you go. Right, Right, there you go. If anyone does want to join the Premier League Dad FPL League, you can join on, the code is, in fact, I'll put it in here. There you go. If no casuals, I'll send you an ACCA tomorrow, Key. Non-UK games. Oh, nice one, man. Nice one. Free kick to Wimbledon. Goal kick to Wimbledon, sorry. Goal kick to Wimbledon. Thomas, I will join the league. Cheers. Good to have you in there, Thomas. Definitely. Cheers, man. There is a championship fantasy league, which I'm debating doing one of them as well. That'd be good fun. It's worth a go, isn't it? It's just, you have to spend so long doing it. Like, in terms of throughout the season, dipping in and out and changing your team and all that, and playing your cards and all that. So, maybe it's probably best we just stick with one, eh? Why not? That was very close. Naki Wells was so close to getting on the end of that one from from Cal Naismith. 2 new signings nearly combining to get Luton in front there. It was a lovely, lovely ball. Whipped in between defence and goalkeeper. I tell you what, that's a fabulous... Kevin De Bruyne would have been proud of that. I think Naki Wells has got to throw himself at that one. Cal Naismith, captain, of course, now. I think you've got to expect your centre-forward to get on that. Maybe I'm being harsh. What do we think? Goal Bruges. Shut up. Oh, I could slap you. I could slap you. 2-1. It's half an hour left. They're going to do it as well, aren't they? Oh, that's so grim. What is the point? Oh, there's a VAR check on it. There's a VAR check on it. Lad, there's loads of fancies tomorrow. I might need to get on them before odds change. This weekend there is. This weekend, Anderlecht at Cercle Bruges, I think is a good one, even though they got snotted at Hacken. Anderlecht away at Cercle Bruges. Get on River Plate in the Argentinian Cup. I think it's worth a shout having a look at Midtjylland away at Aarhus. Who else have I had a look at? Who else have I backed? I can't remember who else I backed. It's the Dutch Cup as well this weekend. PSV against Go Ahead Eagles. That's worth a look. Maribor against Copper. That's worth a look. Partizan Belgrade against Radnicki. That's worth a look. Inter Miami against Necaxa in the Leagues Cup. That is worth a go. All of them, to be honest. Callum Dan Dele Alli left out of Cesc Como squad is reportedly considering retirement. Oh, he's not, is he? Dele Alli. Reportedly weighing up retirement after Prem Icon's ruthless decision, banished from Cesc Fabregas' Como squad and forced to train alone. Do you know what? I mean, forced to train alone, that sounds a lot harsher than it is, doesn't it? Sounds a lot harsher than it is. Like, Fabregas might have said, listen, lad, you know, you're not going to be here next season, so I don't want you around the rest of the squad because you're not part of the squad anymore, and I think it's best for them, best for you that we separate the two. So you can still use all the facilities, you can still train, you can still do everything you need to do, but you're not going to be with the first team squad, so I'd like you to train separately. If it was said like that, probably say no problem, that's fine. It's not nice to hear, but it's fine. Whereas they've made it sound like, get away, you're absolutely awful, train on your own, we don't want you anywhere near the first team with your behaviour the way it is, or anything like that. It might not have been that way. So it's sad, a little bit sad what's happened to Dele Alli. And just shows how quickly things can change. Thomas Necaxa should be a scouts team. FM No Casual, St. Polten and CSK Sofia. I usually stay away from the Bulgarians. The Bulgarian League, I should point out. Thomas Dele Alli could come and play for Molde or Molde Alexandra. That's Chester way, isn't it? That's who Owen used to play for, isn't it? Molde Alexander. Scrims, are you from the same place as Simon Wilson? I am not from the same place as Simon Wilson. But I have had plenty of people tell me apparently I look and sound like him. Which I think is incredibly offensive. Some might say to Simon Wilson. But no, Simon Wilson's Welsh. Simon Wilson's Welsh. I'm nowhere near Wales. I'm St. Helens born and bred. I'm not there anymore, but you know I've moved up in the world. But I was in St. Helens. You know, that sounds awful, doesn't it? Sounds awful. Pedro Explical. Vamos Luton. Dickie saying 0-0 full time. 30 minutes to go, Dickie. I think you might be right, Sunshine. Ben, it's extremely sad though. Hope he has a great post-career. Well, whatever it is that's holding him up, obviously it seems to be more maybe mental than physical. And again, I'm speaking that without any insight into it at all. So I don't know, but that seems to be the case, given the fact that he's certainly been able to get on the pitch. Physically, there doesn't seem to be any physical injuries, at least not that I'm aware of, in terms of any reports that he's suffered any kind of big, knocks or anything like that. But obviously he's had a very, very tough time, hasn't he? Mentally, which he's talked an awful lot about. Rad, goal Luton. Andres, goal Luton. Well, listen, unless you guys are about 10 minutes ahead of me, which is admittedly possible, no, that's sadly not the case. It is still 0-0. It is still 0-0. It's going to be a corner to Luton, though. Corner to Luton, pushing forward here. Can they do it? Thomas, you're more resilient when you're younger. Maybe all the stuff he's been through has overwhelmed. Yeah, well, yeah. And we don't know. We don't know intricately all the stuff that he's been through, But very sad, yeah. For a player of such ability to be thinking seriously about retirement at this age. And to be honest, he hasn't really kicked a ball consistently for a long time, has he? It's been a long time since Dele Alli's been consistently on the pitch for anyone. You take him back to his time at Besiktas and then his time at Everton. It was just a lot of teams who was trying to get him back on track, and for whatever reason he just couldn't. All the ability in the world, just can't quite do it. Sad. Thomas only really had 4 seasons, 2 with no and 2 with Sowers. Football has changed a bit though. Callum, I'll never forget Ali's curler against Watford in 2017. Yeah, his goal against Palace was the one, wasn't it? He was a bit of a maverick. Yeah, I mean, I still think there's a place for the Dele Alli that we saw coming through. I think you could definitely have that player now. But I agree, the system was kind of built around him, wasn't it? With Kane just in front and then Eriksen and that behind. Sebastian, how's it going, Sebastian? Good to see you. Could get in at Wrexham. I wonder if he wants wages high still. I mean, Wrexham's... I think coming back to England's probably not a smart thing for him. And the only reason I'm saying that is because of the spotlight that's on him, because of who he is and who he was, I guess, playing for England and playing for Spurs and whatever. I think it probably is best for him to go and not reinvent himself per se, but just go and try and find happiness somewhere else in the world. And if football comes with that, then great. It's difficult though, because I imagine it's probably one of them where he can't actually stop playing football because that's your income, that's how you make a living. And if you retire, what are you going to do? And I imagine he's still got a fair bit of money. Maybe he had investments and whatever. But, like, what are you going to do? If football takes up your day, and he's in his late 20s now, or maybe approaching 30, whatever he is, what do you do? Loads of money in the bank. Like, I don't know if he's got a family, I don't know what, but, like, what do you do? ZQXV, how's it going? Good to see you, man. Seddon fouled by Walters on that right-hand side. It's going to be a free kick to Wimbledon. Dickie's saying under 1 full time. I think you could be right, mate. I do think you could be right. Coaching or open a place for mentally ill people who've been through similar. Yeah, that's probably not a bad shout. Maybe he will. Maybe he'll try to give back and try to help people who've struggled like he has. It's often a cathartic way that people go through life, isn't it? Once you've been through trauma, is kind of try and find a way to help others, and in doing so, kind of help yourself. Reese says everything when Luton's best player has been their right back. Yeah, Walters, he just had a wonderful shot as well, didn't he? Sturm Graz has won 2-0. Last Glint 0. Sturm Graz 2. Champions of Austria getting the league season underway with a bang. Corner to Wimbledon. But I mean, do you know what? People have said I choose bad games, but really, I don't know if there was a better game we could have watched tonight. What was the alternatives to Luton Town and Wimbledon? Broth and Broth. And Arbroath. Arbroath. What's the score in that one? (1-0 to At least there's been a goal in that. Corner to Wimbledon. Oh, they're doing the old Arsenal technique. Everyone at the back post. And then they all just scatter. Run to the front post, I wonder. It's a shocking corner. It's an absolutely shocking corner. Just about kept in. No, refs give a throw-in. Barso, fan de Luton desde 2016, saludos de Chile. You're a fan of Luton since 2016 and you're from Chile. Wonderful. Chimey, Brasileiro games are always entertaining to watch. Yeah, if you can get up early enough for them, or stay up late enough for them, rather. Yeah, there are good games. I like the RG League as well. The RG League's good to watch. Fatboy 007, are Luton really poor? Yeah, they've not done enough, but Wimbledon's not done enough. It's been properly dreadful, this game. Properly dreadful. 3-star Reds, with all these signings Sunderland are making, do you think if they do stay up, will they suffer the same fate as Forest with PSR next season? No, I think there's every chance, mate, if they come up and they've got these players, such young players. The thing with Sunderland that you have to consider is how good and how young a lot of their squad is. So if they do stay up, I think they'll have a lot of teams knocking on their door for the likes of, Rig, Neil, maybe Ballard, certainly Mayenda. Big fan of Mayenda. I think Isidore maybe not quite good enough for another top Premier League side, and maybe I get made look like a mug by saying that, but I don't think Isidore is a Premier League player, but I think Rig could well be. I think Rig, I think Dan Neil, I think is exceptional. I really like Mayenda. I think Mundle could be as well. Mundle might prove a few wrong. And Diarra, obviously, as well. Diarra is one that you look at and think, well, he could actually kick on, and maybe a United or someone could come in next season for him. for big cash, but they've paid whatever it was, 30 million for him. So yeah, if Sunderland manage to stay up and PSR is a problem for them, then I expect, yes, they probably have to sell some players and get some big cash in to avoid the breach of PSR. Kean, what would you do for a rose? Nothing really, mate. Why? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do for a rose? That's not really my thing. If you want to send one, you can send one. You don't have to send one. You don't send me anything. Dance. Yeah, I don't think you want to see me dance, to be honest. No, mate, I'm not really into it. It's not my thing. If you don't want to send them, you don't send them. It's cool. It's not what I'm here for, believe it or not. I'm really not. Free kick to Wimbledon. He looks a lot like Conor Gallagher. A lot like Conor Gallagher. Has he modelled himself on Conor Gallagher? Thank you. Thank you for sending through, Kee, and I appreciate it, man. Was it a test? Was you just you was just seeing if I had the integrity to say no? Thank you anyway. D28, Matt Turner left Forest for Lyon, and Lyon sent him on loan to New England in the MLS. Doesn't Matt Turner's ex-Arsenal, isn't he? I'm sure he's ex-Arsenal. I don't know. Yeah, there's lots of dodgy rumours back and forth, dodgy moves back and forth with Lyon and Botafogo and Forest and all that sort of stuff. Last 18 minutes of normal time. Key an opinion on Isak to LFC. It's done. Yeah, it's done. It's absolutely done. He's basically already a Liverpool player as far as I'm concerned. Johnnie, are there any lower league teams you're keeping your eye on this season? I'm interested to see what type of season Salford will have. Why, out of curiosity, why Salford? Is there any particular reason you're following Salford, I guess? From my point of view, I'm intrigued to see how Oldham do in League 2, just because of how I kind of got a bit of an affinity with Oldham when we watched the National League playoff final here. I really liked how they kind of came back against Southend and ended up winning it. It was a really, really cool game and still the most watched live we've had on this channel. So, yeah, I really, really liked Oldham. I'm keeping an eye out for them in League 2. Kind of curious to see how Birmingham do in the Championship. Same as everyone, really. Birmingham, Wrexham. Curious to see how they do. I think Ipswich walk it in the Championship. That's my opinion. Whether or not it transpires to be true or not, I don't know. Also curious to see how Will Still does at Southampton. I am a little bit of a Nathan Jones hater at Charlton. Yeah, a little bit of a Nathan Jones hater. So I don't like him, and I'd like to, but I like Charlton, and I also like Charlie Kellman, who they've just brought in from Leyton Orient. I think it's a great signing. So I'm curious to see how Charlton do, but I also don't want Nathan Jones to kind of thrive there. I don't want him going down, but I think there's every chance that they might. Yeah, I know that sounds a bit backward. But yeah, why Salford, sorry, have you said? They have all this hype, I just want to see how fast they grow, really. Yeah, there's a lot, I mean, to be honest, that's probably the case with a lot of teams, isn't it? Bradford as well. Bradford as well, actually. Yeah, Bradford as well. Because of how Bradford went up last year. And also, I've got the Port Vale kit. Do you know the new Port Vale kit? I bought the Port Vale kit. I love it. Absolutely love it. So I've bought the Port Vale kit. So I am going to wear that on a stream whenever we do Port Vale soon. But Bradford, the way they went up was so cool. After the position that they were in, like, all season, behind Walsall. How the hell did Walsall do this season? Walsall threw it away. Absolutely threw it away. Oh, so it'd be shocking if Walsall don't go up this season. But yeah, Bradford. I like to see how Bradford do. Celia, Liverpool FC 25-26 jerseys are fire. They are indeed. I bought one with words. They're class. D28 Wrexham have signed Kiefer Moore and now Connor Cody. It's impressive. That is impressive for sure. Baz, basically Jones sacked, Charlton top half finish. Yeah, see, that'd be cool. I'd like that. Yeah, with Charlie Kelman getting quite a few goals. Joe, it's a shame Isak won't be wearing it. Listen, I've said it to anyone who'll have. Nobody's yet been willing to take the bet with me. I'll have a gentleman's bet with anyone right now. A gentleman's bet with anyone right now that Isak's a Liverpool player by September the 1st. 20, even if we just do a modest 20 quid to any charity of your choice, Joe. Gentleman's bet. Are you willing to take it? I'll have a bet then. Go on. Okay. Well, I listen. If I'm wrong and he's a Newcastle player on September the 1st, you'll have a shirt. Okay. All right. Fine. No, we're doing charity, aren't we? We're doing charity. We don't want to mug charity off. We'll do it. You have to show. You have to give 20 quid to the LFC Foundation to look after Jota's family and everything, and I'll donate 20 quid to whatever charity you want. You want a Strand? All right, fine. I'll give 20 quid to charity and I'll try and get a Stranraer shirt for you. I'll try. I'm not promising the Stranraer shirt, but I'll do 20 quid to whatever charity. They'll do 20 quid to the charity of Stranraer Foundation. Shawnee Snipes, Leeds fan here. Do you think we'll stay up or go down? I think you'll go down. I think your attack needs work, mate. I feel like Sunderland you've got a very, very good defence or not a very good defence, but a much improved defence. Your goalkeeper's a good signing. Bijol, Bornau, good signings. Longstaff's a very good signing. Nemecha's not a bad player, but then I just feel like with Nonto up there, I don't rate Pirro as a Premier League player. I don't really rate Danny Farker as a Premier League manager. So I think things will have to change for Leeds for me to think you're definitely going to stay up or to feel more confident. You'll do well, and I don't think you'll be like massive. You won't be down early or anything like that. You won't be down early. I think Burnley are going to finish bottom. I think Leeds probably 19th at this moment in time, but you'll give it a good run. You'll give it a good fight, and then I imagine could be Everton. Yeah, could be Everton. Could be West Ham. Could be could be Sunderland as well. But Everton, West Ham, Wolves, Sunderland. But yeah, Leeds and Burnley, I would say, am I two definite shouts up to this point. And I like Leeds. I like Leeds a lot, but I just can't. I can't reconcile the fact that you're missing an attack, really. 3-star Reds, Maranakis was being linked with buying Botafogo from Texter earlier. He has come out and said, though, that is not happening. Really hope that is true. Chimey, wouldn't it be weird if Salford took Old Trafford after United moved to the new stadium? I could see that happening. I don't think they'd want it. It's falling to bits. Kian, if you're giving away jerseys, I'll have the LFC away, please. Which one? I've got loads of LFC aways. I'm an absolute loser, mate. Shirt collector, absolute loser. Joe, sleeping in me Isak's a rat bed sheets tonight. D28, fair enough. Been a few times to the Britannia. My mate's a fan. Used to go the exact bit when his granddad couldn't go. When you had John Walters and Arnautovic. What a player. Joe, if Liverpool are going to pay 140 up front, will that be enough for us to get a replacement? You know, it's not going to be 140 up front. It isn't going to be 140 up front for Isak. No way. No way, Jose. You might get about I think it might be 120 plus maybe 15 in add-ons. I think it might get to about 135. But it's already been agreed. The only reason I think that it hasn't already happened is because Newcastle have been rejected by Sesko and they need to go and get a centre-forward. So whatever that centre-forward is, whoever that is, they'll go and get him. And once that's signed off, then Liverpool and Isak will just, go for it. RFC and Newcastle Army, what game are you watching, mate? We're watching Luton and Wimbledon, and it's bloody awful. Johnnie, how's it going? Good to see you, mate. Good to see you, sir. Watkins. I'd be surprised if Villa would sell you Watkins. Be very surprised. Joe Craig Hope said he's keen on the move, and that's a first. I think Watkins knows he's not long for. His career's only got maybe a couple of years left at the very top level. At the very, very top level. So he needs to somehow, I don't know how he gets this done, but he needs to figure out a way to get Champions League football. I think he was expecting either a big move to Manchester United or, like I said, Newcastle. So maybe he'll kick up a stink in the same way that Isak is doing to get a move. I think he wanted desperately to go to Arsenal in January. There was that chance for him, wasn't there? He very nearly got a move to Arsenal in January. Dickie, Luton Town are no good. It's not even just Luton Town though, mate. It's Luton Town and Wimbledon. The pair of them. They're both dreadful. He's shocking him, that alley up front. He's been dreadful all night. Absolutely dreadful, Ali. Couldn't score in a brothel. Chimey, can't believe Watkins is 30. He's 30 this year, isn't he? He's 30 like December. Certainly 30 this season. So he's only really got 2 years left in him. If that. RFC and Newcastle Army, are you watching the Rangers game on Tuesday? The Rangers game on Tuesday? As in Rangers in the Champions League, is that? The Rangers game on Tuesday. I don't know who we mean. Oh, Victoria Plitzen. Yes, I will be watching that. I'll watch Rangers against Victoria Plitzen on Tuesday night. Yeah, I will. Joe, Premier League proven, and Sesko would be a chancer. Kieran, what do you think about Gay to LFC? I think that probably does happen. Yeah, that probably does happen. Palace had a bid turned down for Jan Bissek yesterday from Inter Milan. So they're obviously trying to get a replacement in. Rover Toffee, hopefully Luton go back up. Rover Toffee, are you by any chance an actual Toffee? Oh my God, it's 1-0 Luton. It's an own goal. There you go. It's an own goal. We've got the goal we was hoping for. It's 1-0. It's an absolute calamity at the back. Luton Town have scored 1-0. Ben, I hope you haven't cashed out. You was just saying Luton Town have cost you money. Well, I tell you what, mate. I think they might have just won it. It's an absolute calamity at the back from Luton Town, that. A disaster. Oh, he's not happy. Let's just watch this back. There's no offside. It's just a long punt. A hopeful punt forward. Doesn't really seem to be any intent. It's just a long, hopeful punt through the middle. Oh, and the centre-back, he's leaning backwards and he just goes like that and tries to flick it on. And he lobs the keeper, hits the crossbar, bounces in. It's the most disastrous start to a League One season. It's bloody awful. And it's an own goal from Johnson at the back. Ryan Johnson. You can just see it collapsed. Absolutely collapsed. And we're now in the last 5 minutes here now. Last 5 minutes. Luton 1-0 up in what has been a supremely awful game for the neutrals. Club Brugge have lost 2-1. Ugh, that sucks. Just as Luton have scored as well. The old ratbags. Chimey, Rover Toffee. Do you think Sunderland will stay up? I think Sunderland have got the best chance out of the 3 promoted teams, yes. Chimey, don't underestimate Plitzen. Rangers should win, but I'm sure Plitzen will fight in that game. Well, they did all right. Who was it Plitzen got through against? Who was they? They had a decent game, didn't they? Or a decent win the other day. Who was it they played in the Europa League? Servette. It was Servette, wasn't it? Yeah, Servette. They beat Servette on Wednesday. Both teams had a man sent off as well. That's not a bad little fixture, that, Rangers against Plitzen. They've got every chance, Rangers. That means Rangers getting into the Champions League proper. That'll be so cool. D28, Bruges had 20 shots on target that game. Oh my God. And they got, peppered the goal. I fell out with Bruges then. I have absolutely fell out with Bruges. 3-star Reds, I've been there, seen it, and got the t-shirt when it comes to Luton goals in the last few minutes. Right, a few changes here for Wimbledon. Miles Hippolyte going off. Aaron Sasu coming on. Change for Luton as well. Is it Cauley Woodrow coming on? No, it's not Cauley Woodrow coming on. Surely not. Woodrow's already on. Who's this coming off? Oh, it's Walters. Walters probably man of the match, to be fair. Probably man of the match. He's come off, and Mark McGuinness has come on. Real Walters off, Mark McGuinness on. Yeah, I would say Mark McGuinness. Real Walters has probably been the man of the match tonight, in my opinion. Let me know yours in the chat. Sam Brown, what's up in the Bruges game? Just that they lost. Yeah, just Bruges throwing the game away. Rover Toffee, what club do you actually support? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. I'm a Liverpool fan, which obviously Rover Toffee, I'm guessing you might have an inbuilt despising of me, copite. But no, mate, I watch everyone. I'm a Liverpool fan, but I watch everyone. We talk about everyone, every team, all football. I love football. Watch the Football League. We watch everyone. Reese, Key, you want Luton to win the league. I'm happy for Luton to win the league. Yeah, I'd be delighted to. For you as much as anyone, mate. For you as much as anyone. There you go. Fabrizio Romano has just said that Liverpool know internally that this is all part of the game, and Liverpool expected Newcastle to react in this way. Isaac and Liverpool is not over this summer. So there you go. There you go. From the mouth of Fabrizio Romano, if you don't trust me saying it earlier. Reese, number 6 for Wimbledon, is my man of the match. Fatboy 007, Calvert-Lewin, goal record, not great. One decent season and injury prone. 4 added minutes here at the end of this game. I mean, Calvert-Lewin, where the hell is he going to end up? Like, we still got to make it feels like he would have had a club by now. I'm surprised when in August he's still not got a contract anywhere. Maybe he's just waiting. Maybe he's biding his time because I think he knows that, look, as clubs get on later and later in the window, they're going to get desperate. They're not going to be able to get the strikers that they actually wanted, and they're going to need someone who can come in, and maybe they could benefit from a Calvert-Lewin. And I think there was maybe a part of Calvert-Lewin's agents probably said, listen, Man United have got you as like 3rd choice here, right? 3rd or 4th choice. And if these things fall through, you've got an outside chance of being Man United's starting number 9 next season. And Calvert-Lewin's going, fine, no worries. Yeah, absolutely fine. I'll wait then. I'll tell everyone else no, because I've got an outside chance of Man United. Johnnie, do Luton still have some of their Prem players? They do, yes. Yeah, they do still have quite a few of the Prem players. Rover Toffee, I support Tranmere and some of my family members that are Everton fans. Oh, good lad. Good lad. Yeah, I like Tranmere. I always remember Liverpool playing Tranmere in the FA Cup in 2001. Great game. And in the League Cup as well. Played you in the League Cup, I think, that year as well. Good stadium, Prenton Park. I like it. Dominic Smith, do you think any of the promoted teams to the Premier League will stay up, or will it be the same as the last 2 years? I think I more than think it, mate. I've had a wager with someone in the chat here, one of our regulars on Premier League Dad here. I've had a wager with him to say that I absolutely believe at least one will stay up. He didn't. He thinks that there will be, like, you know, three that came up, they'll go down again. I don't think that's going to be the case. It's an anomaly. It's a very rare thing that happens. There is Tom Lockyer, by the way. Tom Lockyer walking down the touchline at Kenilworth Road. Maybe he's going to become a pundit. I don't know. Maybe he's give it up. Wimbledon, offside. Yeah, so no, I do. I think at least one of them stay up, and in my opinion, the team best prepared to do that is probably Sunderland at this moment in time. They've certainly been the one that's done the best. Joe, we need some Mark Goldbridge analogies, Key. I think I need to prepare better on that front. Do you think I need to maybe write some down? Like, because he does all that, doesn't he? He writes them down like days in advance. He'll spend time doing like Goldbridge, Partridge jokes, basically. Like, what's that one he says? Pointless defending. Tits on a nun. Pointless. Like an Easter egg on a hot day. Folded. Absolutely folded. Like an Easter egg on a hot day. Yeah, see, that's not me. Sincerity is the word on this channel. Thomas, I think Sunderland and Burnley could stay up. I think Brentford could go, and maybe West Ham. What? I'm so surprised. I keep getting me back up with this. It's not an attack on you, Thomas, because I like you and I like your art. And I really, really like that we've got someone as culturally we've got another intellectual in the channel. I like it. But I don't know why. I don't know why people keep mentioning Brentford, other than the fact that obviously Thomas Frank's left and Burmo and Wisser's left. I think you've still got to remember they're a bloody good side. Bloody good side. Damsgaard, Henderson, Kelleher, Schade. I've got a really, really good group in there. I think that they should be okay. Nate Collins as well at the back. Collins, a player who a lot of top Premier League teams have been chasing. So I don't think they're anywhere close to going down, Brentford. I really don't. Brentford, West Ham, Everton and Wolves. West Ham, Everton and Wolves I can buy. And Everton, if they get players like Diblin and, you know, some others, then maybe they could. Right, but there you go, full time. Full time, absolutely shocking end. Shocking game, full stop. It was pretty appalling, but it was a great end to the game in that Luton got a winner. It was an absolute calamity at the back from Johnson. Flicked it on past his own goalkeeper. Disastrous goal. But Matt Bloomfield will be happy. Matt Bloomfield will be happy. Thomas, you need to show all of your bottom teeth to replicate Goldbridge. I don't like that, yeah. I'd love to replicate. I'd love to get 1% of what Goldbridge has got. But I don't think I can do what he can do. So I might have to just craft my own way. Joe, where's that Romano tweet? Well, I don't know if it's a tweet. It's been retweeted by Dave Kopp, who's like one of Liverpool's in the nose. He's a popular Liverpool account that many Liverpool fans follow, and he's retweeted Romano saying it. So I don't know where Romano said it. Maybe he said it on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel he talks about. Maybe he's done it somewhere else. Maybe it's been in like a Sky Sports interview. I don't think he's done it via a tweet. Thomas, they are a good side. They've just lost a lot of players, and if Wissa goes too. Yeah, it's very fair. Obviously, Wissa and Burma were really, really big parts of their squad last year, so I can understand it to a degree. 3-star Reds, Goldbridge and the Forest double over United last season. A classic. Scott Grice, because Luton are winning, that puts Stockport County second in the table. Rover Toffee, how long do you think it will take until Blackburn come back up to the Premier League? Well, they were very close to getting in the playoffs last season, weren't they, Rovers? They were very, very close to getting back up into the Premier League, into the playoffs, last year. I got a little bit gutted. I'd quite like to see Ewood Park a Premier League ground again. I don't know if we're ever going to see it anytime soon. Obviously, there was the Gary Rowett situation and all that, the change. I would have liked to see Rovers stick it out towards the end of the season and maybe manage to make the playoffs. I was rooting for them towards the end, but it just didn't quite happen. So yeah. Don't know why I've said Gary Rowett as well. Gary Rowett was Birmingham. I don't know where I've said Gary Rowett from. Not Gary Rowett. I'm obviously not on about Gary Rowett. I've got a mind block. I've got him confused with the other fella who told Blackburn to leg it. John Eustace. That's who I was on about. Where have I got Gary Rowett from? Don't even look alike. Yeah, John Eustace, not Gary Rowett. Shut up, Kee. Thomas, Bournemouth have lost 4 of their back 5. Zaban, you're going PSG for 70 million. But isn't that mad? Hyson was 60. Zabanyi 70. Kirkez is like 30, 40, wasn't it? So it's like 160, 170 million. Plus Kepa going to Arsenal. It's like 160, 170 million pounds worth of defence that Bournemouth have lost. It'll be a good side, Bournemouth, next season, I think. They'll get their act together. They'll get the defence back going and they'll be fine. They'll be okay. Right, well, I mean, look, this isn't the League One. This isn't the start to League One that we were all promised. This isn't the game that I was anticipating, at least. I was hoping that we would get some goals. I was hoping that we would see a little bit of action at Kenilworth Road tonight. But we got a win in the end. We got at least one goal, albeit an own goal. And hey-ho, let's hope for better tomorrow. Let's hope that tomorrow's games are a little bit more, there's a little bit more action in them. I am live 3 times tomorrow, by the way, for people who are sticking with me, people who are going to watch. If you've not already, please do give us a like and a subscribe. It means an awful lot. I've not promoted myself at all on tonight's live. I always remember towards the end of the live when everyone's buggering off. It's my own fault. This is why I've probably got far less subs than I should have. I don't really promote enough. But, yes, if you could sub, if you'd like this sort of thing, if you've stuck around long enough, do give us a like and a subscribe. It means an awful lot on YouTube, means an awful lot on TikTok too. But I am live tomorrow at 12 o'clock for Cardiff against Posh. Posh, by the way, have just had a new badge unveiled. If you've not seen it, go and have a look. Peterborough have just got a new badge. Chelsea-esque, I would say. Go and check it out. We'll be watching that tomorrow. We'll be discussing that. Cardiff against Peterborough. I don't think the fans are all that happy about it. 3 o'clock, we're doing Bradford City against Wickham. I spoke about earlier Bradford City being one of the teams that I was looking forward to seeing this season. So it'll be good to see how they get on after stepping up into League One. And then in the 5:30, we're going to do Rangers. Motherwell versus Rangers in the Scottish Premiership. Hopefully we get goals in all of them. And that's me done for tonight. Lots of love for everyone who's come in. Really appreciate it. Let me just check everything's up and running. 3-star Reds at the moment. I think there's more chance of Venky's frozen chickens running around the pitch than Blackburn going up. But I hope one day they do. I think that's fair enough. Yeah, I'd like him to. Good club, Blackburn. Austin, 3 goals. No England. No eggs. 0 players. All animals. Okay. I don't know what you mean, Austin. Chimey, no more drinking for me. Yeah, take it easy. Take it easy on the old drinking. Thomas, good to meet you, dude. Good stream. Seem a good lad. Oh, you don't know me all that well. No, I'm alright. I'm okay. Good to have another red, mate. And really appreciate you coming in and really enjoyed the artwork too. I'll take a closer look when the stream ends. Go and give him a follow, everyone who's watching, by the way. Thomas Thornton, top guy, good artist, red, Liverpool fan. Right, I'll see you all tomorrow if you're coming back. I'll see you then. Take it easy. Have a nice night. Lots